pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit like it ain't on who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone, I'm forever pouring liquor for them. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for them. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Let's have fun with it.
Uh-oh, stepped up on the scene, casting that.
Yeah. Hey, Cap. What's wrong with these niggas, man? First off, no need to go back and forth with the scriptures, cause every time you niggas talk, y'all just proving you wicked. Really? See, the UPK name was mentioned by some Israelite group who called a leader a bishop. Really? And what I'm stating is all facts, you lost that. UPK, that's them hard cats. Cross that, said the shield of David was Molech. Stop that, hope you told Esau that when you got your cop badge. Hypocrites, that's that shit we don't like. Fraud niggas, that's that shit we don't like. Come on, man, you Tom Clancy niggas cause division. Bunch of wicked ass niggas in your spirit bear witness. That's what's wrong with you boys, let a man check you. Foot on they neck, applying all this damn pressure. No regard for the black lives the clan gathered. That's the shows how you feel about your ancestors. If you really in these streets, where your teachings at? If you really men of war, where your Mitri at? Brotherhood and loyalty, is you teaching that? Pharisees and heresies, you teaching that? When it comes to a check, you niggas turn into Judas. How you speak against the beast, then go join with they movement? You can't lock a brother up cause he don't know what the truth is. Talking about building a nation, you helping us lose it. See, now y'all niggas see why we don't link up with no squad. The more you niggas teach is the reason you show why. The day you left us was the day that your soul died. The Lord named Yahweh, why you calling him Anya? It ain't come from the prophets, then you know that it's all lies. The general held on, nigga, he never jumped side. And y'all see everything we do for the 12 tribes. We see the shit you niggas do when doves cry. Y'all hate it rank, now y'all copy our style. Shit, we heard about your video, seen it and smile. Now it's time to set the record straight. We coming for Nate, dog, let's regulate. Motherfucker, we hit him up.
War, why you suckers is fellowshipping? Fucking Christians, why would you ever consider dissing? Nigga, listen, you'll never last in our division. That UPK warhead launching is never missing. Officer down, I'ma start to offer you clowns. How you talking tough in your church offering gown? Y'all just a cheap imitation. These niggas hating, wanna be us so bad as humiliating. Making diss tracks using indirect statements. I.U.I.C.P.D. on location, lying to their faces, lying in your convo, putting cases on everybody, Nate like Alonzo. UPK the big dog, rest of y'all just pups. We about to separate purebred from mutts. Y'all days is up, y'all gay as fuck. You say you got the truth, but the truth is you suck. Y'all should stick to lying, cause rapping ain't where you wanna go. You took your shot, got blocked, not today like Matumbo. Holding came with Columbo, UPK do a jumbo. Can't beat us with the scriptures, rapping not in the rumble. Y'all second class, y'all wouldn't last in the jungle. You dealing with the predators, wearing purpley regular. I.U.I.C. so peeved, they irrelevant. Your track so corny, I'm doing this for the hell of it. Just to be clear, I don't give a fuck like I'm celibate. Got your bitches singing Chief Keef, y'all so delicate. Then you try to pick up a mic, that ain't intelligent. And if you talking numbers, you ain't fucking with us, they either. Cause every one of ours were 3 or 4 of you divas. You hard as a Justin Bieber, we hot as a fucking fever. You should join the trooper program, you starving for a leader. UPK will make y'all men, we do a lot of charity, so we'll take y'all in. Show you how to be a soldier, and to keep them hoes in their place. But to be honest, I'd rather punch them dead in their face. Kinda curious what color red and purple make now. Is that your camp or your girl camp? You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. I.U.I.C. get slapped, open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses.
Kaboom! Warlord in the building! I kill these motherfucking niggas and I kill them!
You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses, purple blouses. I know them bitches running your houses. I see you worship women, I know who wearing the trousers. Really, I prefer that we take it straight to the warfare. What we doing here? Folding y'all like a lawn chair. It's the wrong year. Betting y'all get the point clear. Squad too soft to beef with true bosses. You can thank the general sending you all these losses. Then you go to Ghana, so far from Americana, so you can get them little boys naked in their cabana. I see what Purple Rain and Bambada they got in common. They ever touch my kids, I'ma bury them, never find them. Next time, better watch your mouth and watch your rhyming. Never mention general, direct or subliminal. You gon' need more than them cops to come defending you. Better get the FBI, the military, GMS on PMS, polite SETI. The whole conscious community come together in unity. Still won't be enough in between to protect you from me. Now, is we finished or we done? One West where I'm from, when you see us better run. I ain't put my all in this verse, I'm having fun. And what make it even worse for you cowards, it just begun. Fuck it, I can do this shit forever. Purple started raining, I'm coming with an umbrella. I'm coming with a vendetta. We go to war like wherever. IUIC in the ICU.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got your chest. You could have a bomb, you could have a gun, you could have anything. You could have a bomb.
Shalom, man. Y'all some sort of
Shalom, y'all. No.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Put your hand down.
Shalom, y'all.
Stop playing.
All right, Lord in Christ. Can you not? I can hear me. All right, so just Officer 5000, Karafia. It's like an just 1 second, please. Start now. Take a seat. So me Officer Karafia 5000, covering in from Capt.Mashak, Mayam. We'll be in a minute. Any questions or anything anyone want to bring out in camp this Saturday or anything?
Khan. I was thinking of I was wondering if it was expedient to bring up the situation that happened, but I think the better way to do it would just be to cut their doctrine.
Sorry, a bit low. Let me tell you up in about it. 1 second.
No sweat.
God, sorry. You repeat that. Yeah.
So like I was just thinking of going into in terms of a topic of going into the situation that happened. Is it expedient to do so, or like would it, a better idea would be to just cut their doctrine?
It's like I really sounds muffled. It's like say one more time. I'm not hearing you. It's like this speaker. Yeah, one second.
Saying the incident posted this morning for IUIC and our camp. Is it okay for you to go in on it?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're saying the incident happened. Is it okay for you to go over it in camp?
Khan, is it expedient? Because I'm thinking as well. People in London won't really know this situation. Obviously, it's going on as well.
You see, you can't speak in here. You can't speak. It's very spiritual. You know what I mean? Anything that you want to go over, you know what I mean? You just clarify it with your camp leader and go over it. So if you feel like to go over multiple wives, some people might say, why would you go over multiple wives? That's silly. You know what I mean? Some people might say, why would you go over this or that? Go over it. Make sure you go over it. You don't know who's on that corner. You don't know who's around. You don't know if someone has heard about this already and, you know, is interested. You know what I mean? But with that, I'm going to hand it over to Priest and Prophet. You know what I mean? Then catch up 13,000.
You text them?
Yeah, let me text together.
Let me get one of them chairs.
Oh.
Hold on, let me see. This does go up?
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm gonna try it first. It's still up. Oh, good, man. All right. What's going on? Back in the UK, boy. Who online with me? Who online? We got Raban. Who else? Raban and Happy and Yabshan Shabrock Thumb.
No, Yabshan.
Yeah, I'll tell them y'all shy to these sisters. Listen, y'all know. I hope y'all ain't have no friends in that purple group. because it's the end of them today. I'm more tired of them. Right, I could get another computer up here. This one right here, it don't work.
You got Capt.Mashak charger for it.
You could have told man I bring charger. I have an extra charger. That's all right. This yours?
All
right. I want to be able to see them brothers though without having to turn around. Is he on his way? Could he?
I'll find out.
Maybe he could get a charger down here or something for us.
So okay, sir.
Yeah, go ahead up.
You about to duppy them today?
Man, listen, I just gonna tell the truth. If they die, they die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just tell the truth about the whole thing. Well, of course, scripture breakdown Thursday night in the UK. We're gonna rock with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All right. Are we good here? You all hearing me good?
Come on, sir.
All right. Any questions on any topic besides them purple ones? Before we go, make sure all the phones on mute, please. All right. No questions.
No.
Any questions online or anything? So, bro, these Malpaz rip, she always, these are them coloring books for the kids. Let me get one to them on camera. She had a whole ton of them last year at the Chicago cookout and took a few for DC. And I had this to bring up last year. I forgot. These are pictures that she was able to digitize into black and white jobs. And now they're gonna be you could just color them in. You know what I mean? You could just color them in, kids. So they're gonna be in school class. They're gonna have them up. Right? I believe that I might have some more I could bring up too. All right. So we good? All right. So if y'all ain't got no questions, we're gonna go straight into them. All right. Rafi, where you at? You still have a lot to do? You need to charge your phone or something? All right, let somebody else do that now. I need you up here, brother. All right.
It's like I say, if I could.
Go ahead, Art.
There's a question here in the chat that's kind of on topic. If I could read it.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Khalid Wakan. He says, "Aren't you blood brothers from the same tribe?"
It's one second, Robin. You ain't got no tablet on nothing, spare tablet on nothing. Okay, no sweat. Go ahead, Robin.
Khan, this person is asking, "Aren't we blood brothers from the same tribe? Why such hatred, contention, and strife? Your brothers are not your enemies. You have one common enemy, and it is not other camps." And then he says, "You're messing with Christ when you mess with the prophets."
Go tell them that.
That's right.
Why are you telling me that? Why don't you go tell them that? And he's a Christian. I'm assuming there's a brother. What's the name on the account?
He says Juju. I don't know if it's
I'm saying that's a Christian talking. Right. All right, that's an absolute Christian talking. David and Saul was from where?
Yeah, that's right.
Where was David and Saul from? Rabban?
The same tribe, sir.
No, not the same tribe.
No.
Judah, Salakia, sir. Judah and Benjamin, right?
And what would make them the same?
Because they're all Israel.
They're all Israelites.
Right.
And what did Saul want to do?
Kill David.
Exactly. You get the point? What did the Lord do about it?
Well, Lord was with David.
Anybody? Who knows? What did the Lord do about it?
I think the Lord Salakia, so the Lord killed Saul, right?
Of course, the Lord allowed Saul to be killed. Saul was killed by Moabites, him and his son.
Right.
They were killed by Moabites. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. The Lord did something as Saul was persecuting David. The Lord did something specific.
I know. I think I know, sir. He took his spirit away from Saul and gave it to David, right?
You ain't gonna need your phone?
No.
Okay, no sir. All right, so what? You sure? Say that again. Who said it?
Khan, Salakia, sir. He said, I said that God took his spirit away from Saul, right?
He took his spirit away. There's something else. There's something else that you have to understand. If you understand this, you'll understand the truth. You'll understand the spirit of the Most High in Christ. You'll understand why, why things happen in your life. If you could understand this thing here, the Lord did something very specific with Saul and David, and he did it with in other situations as well. Go ahead.
The Lord make evident.
How?
It's like anything. The winner, the one who wins, that's what goes with.
Okay, what do you mean the one who wins?
Like when people say let the best man win, the man that wins the best man. So the one who the Lord kills and the one that's alive is the one the Lord must.
Okay, I needed a little bit more specific. Go ahead. Okay, you're giving me like the end of it. There's something the Lord does every single time in a situation like this. And the same Christian, Jew who's saying, y'all all the same, y'all should love each other. There's something the Lord does to establish what he wants. And that's just how the Lord is. And if you don't like it, you don't accept it, it's because you're Christian and you don't understand him. You don't understand him. Anybody?
Is it that he shows the enemy as maybe defeating us? No.
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. Let me give you another. Let me word it differently, so maybe I might get it there. What is the real issue here? What is the issue here that the Christian online saying we're all brothers and blah 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 and you shouldn't something the prophets of God? By the end of tonight, you're gonna realize that purple group, that IUIC, they're a bunch of Christians who hate black people. That's right. You're gonna realize that. And if you don't realize that you are Christian who hate black people, you're just saying we're in purple yet. Right? What is the real issue here? What was the issue with David and Saul? What was the issue with Moses and Korah and Dathan? What was the issue?
It's like if
you had people that thought they could do a better job, or like brothers that thought they could do a better job. And
I'll take that. I'll take that. There are brothers who thought that they could do a better job and that they should be what? In charge, right? Go ahead, Robin.
Can't. I was gonna say there was I guess there was division, there was strife between two people.
There was a division. And from the division, what happened, Robin?
There was strife and there was basically a war between the two.
There was strife, meaning what? Break it down.
As Officer Karate is saying, one thought that they could rule better. The Most High was with David, and strife brought out. So there was.
Speak up a little bit. I'm hearing you. You're sounding kind of foggy. Just speak a little bit more clear and crystallize your point.
Can't. So, obviously, Saul thought that he was saw that he could rule better than David. He sought the throne of David. The Most High.
Who's that? Okay, David didn't have the throne. Saul had the throne. You might need some history with that one. But go ahead. 1 second. Go ahead, Robin.
But from that contention when there was a battle between the two and David
from that what?
From that the battle between the two.
Okay, you said a word from that.
Was it strife?
Okay, you just said from that contention. That's why I say you had to break it down and speak up. Never mumble out what you're saying. Because what you're saying could be correct, and you're not gonna remember it if you mumble it out. Say it, break it down. There's going to be times in your life in the truth where there's going to be contention. What is contention? Where the left side go up and then the right side go up at the same time. It's just like up, down, and from that contention, what happens? There's confusion, right? Mm-hmm. There's confusion. You don't know who to follow. You don't know what to do. And within that, the Lord creates a situation where there is a war. You must go to war. And at the end of the war, he's going to let you know who he's with, which lets you know the recipe for life is to go to war with anything that creates confusion. The Bible says the Lord is not the author of confusion. So if you're in a situation where there's confusion, you know the Lord's Spirit ain't there. The Lord is not the author of confusion. The Lord called us to peace. I believe that's 1 Corinthians 14. Pull it from me if you have it, all right? The Lord wanted peace. He does not want that type of confusion. But now, for sure, if there comes a situation where There's left and there's right. There's up and there's down. There's east and there's west. There's Saul and then there's David. There's Moses, and then there's Korah and Dathan and them. There's the Israelite school of UPK under command and General YAHANNA, working since 1969, started out at 1 West 125th Street. And then there's these purple faggots who started somewhere after the year 2000. I got shoes older than that group. That's right. If there's confusion, then there must be conflict. There must be war. This is something you cannot avoid. This is something you cannot escape from. These things must happen. These things must happen so those who are approved could be made manifest. You have it for me? Go ahead. 1 Corinthians 14, try 32 or something like that. All right. So now give me oh, you have it? Read it out loud. Karafi, hold for me 2 Samuel 2 and I'll tell you where. 2 Samuel chapter 2. Go ahead, Ariana.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. Mm-hmm. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Right. The spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. Meaning if you was a prophet of the Lord 2,000 years ago, you're going to come back into the earth reincarnated as a prophet of the Lord. If you was with Christ before, you're going to be with him now. If you're a traitor and walked with the men of the Lord and then left, you're going to do that same thing now, like the IUIC, which is built and rooted into rebellion. That's what they are. So what? They're built and rooted in rebellion. Just like Judas left Christ 2,000 years ago, these faggots left the Israelite school of UPK years ago and formed their own cult, and then left that and formed their own cult, and then left that and formed the IUIC. It's a break-off of a break-off of a break-off. All right? You have some more? Please, quickly.
For God is not the author of confusion.
For God is not the author of confusion. Why does that come right after the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets? Why does that come right after it?
Letting you know that it's not confusing, man. These men with the truth now, they're the truth then. Nothing confusing about it.
And they have to say, okay, why does Paul have to say that?
They say that if I'm going with Christ now, I'm there back then. He's showing that I don't know.
No, you want it. You want it. Anybody else?
It's like, if I could.
Go ahead.
Is it that the same, because the same spirit that was in the people that were against Christ, the Pharisees and the scribes, the same spirit you'll find in the Christian church and these fake Israelite camps, and that's how you identify them today. So there's no confusion.
That's true. But okay, I'm gonna give you the answer for time's sake. There was confusion then too.
Right.
There was confusion back then. There was confusion. It's always been. It's always been like that. The Bible is one story going. You know, one spirit that flows along a river. So wherever you are in the Bible, it's the same spirit. The Bible is for Israel. No heathens are allowed. Salvation is for the 12 tribes. The Jews is black. All the way through, you have to go to war for something. From the beginning, Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel was what? War. There was war. Somebody had to win. Abel died, but who won? No, Abel won. Even until this day, who is deemed righteous?
Abel.
The example of how to sacrifice to the Lord is Abel. Even until this day, who is punished? The curse of Cain. Even until this day. You get the point? There's always going to be conflict. And from that conflict, you're going to know who is in charge. You're going to know which way you have to go. If you shine away from conflict, you don't have the spirit of the Lord in you. Now, I ain't saying you have to go out there and pick a fight with everybody, but the fight comes to you, you best gird up. You best gird up and know that this here is a test. This is a test I cannot fail. There's no negotiating out of this. You better put your head down and go through that storm. You better put your head down and go through that war. Take your licks with it, because it's going to come with that. But you have to understand that this is how you get to the other side. This is how you find out what the Lord wants. You're going to have to go to war with it. Christians don't like war. Christians like peace and appeasing with everybody. And it's never really peace. It's never ever peace. What Christians really seek is a temporary delay of conflict, which is otherwise known as being passive aggressive. Could sit next to you, I don't like your ass. Why not let's just go to war or go to council or do something so we could stop having this bullshit here? You get the point? Why not just deal with it like that? But Christians are not like that. Christians are not like that. That's why they let the homosexuals in the church. Because if they start speaking against homosexuality, what will happen? There'll be a war between the LGBTQ and the Christians. And they don't want that because they're going to lose something. They're going to lose the money. They're going to lose half the congregation. But hell, why not just go through it and be victorious and let the Lord see you stand with him? You get the point? So now in order to avoid the war, they compromise with the Christians. Just like Nathaniel compromised the whole spirit of the Lord and made that old gay purple group. Just gay as hell and not about the spirit of the Lord at all. All right? Give me 2 Samuel 2. And let's start at, give me just 14.
2 Samuel 2 and 14. And Abner said to Joab, let the young men now arise and play before us. And Joab said, let them arise. Then they arose and went over by number 12 of Benjamin, which pertained into Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, and 12 of the servants of David. And they caught every one of his fellow by the head, and thrust his sword in his fellow's side. So they fell down together. Wherefore that place was called Helkath Hazurim, which is in Gibeon.
Right. So now if you don't understand what's going on here, I'm going to give it a little backdrop, right? This is at a time where David has already risen up in power and reputation. This is after Goliath. He done cut Goliath's head off. He done became captain of the host of the army. Saul started being, the spirit of jealousy came on Saul. He done left the Lord's spirit because he didn't want to obey what the Lord said. Saul had repeated occasions where he did not follow the orders of the Most High, right? It wasn't just that one thing with when he went to the Amalekites. If you read before, there was times before Saul, the Lord asked him to do this thing and he ain't do it. Asked him to do this thing, he ain't do it. That thing with the Amalekites was like almost like the last straw. And after that, the Lord sought to replace him. The Lord rose David up into power. And now people started singing about David, giving David a ton of accolades. Saul couldn't take it. Saul demoted him from being the captain of the army to the last man. Saul took back his daughter from David. His daughter was promised to David after he sent David to war against the Philistines. He said, bring me back 100 foreskins of these Hamites. David brought back 200. He took his daughter back. He started creating a rift between him and David, right? But this rift was really because David was the next king and Saul was not, ready to give up that crown. That's really what was happening. So now Israel is in a civil war. A war amongst who, Rabban?
A war amongst Israel, the same, So,
what did the Jew Christian fool use? What did he say?
He said it was like, you're the same brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Against Khan.
Yeah, Yep. That's our life.
That's right.
What are you talking about? Why not love everybody? Because we ain't Christian. We not Christians. Why do I have to love everybody? Can't I choose specific people to love? And can I choose specific people to not love? Can I not do that? You're looking at me strange, Don't tell me you all have all kind of love in your heart. If you all have a ton of love in your heart, shit. By the end of this class, I'll push everybody out the door. I'll teach. I'm going in the audience and clap and say that right and come back up here and teach myself. You cannot survive in this kingdom with having a ton of love in your heart. Pakistanis don't have no love for you, and they're prospering. The Ethiopians don't got no love for you, and they're prospering. The Somalians stabbing everybody in London, and they're prospering. and they ain't deporting them. But your dumbass want to love everybody and they deport your grandmother. And they fire you and label you as the problem in England. Maybe you should start hating. Maybe you should start rejecting other people. Maybe you should start being antisocial. Maybe you should start having a singular love for only yours and who follow after you.
Right.
Which is who follows after Christ. Which is who follows after Command General in the Israelite School of UPK. Maybe you should have that. Try that. Because you're trying to open everybody and you're on the bottom. You're on the bottom. You lost Soho Road. It's gone. And Afghanis all over there. What's one of them black communities in Manchester that was lost, Rabban?
And in Mossad.
Mossad. It's gone. It ain't coming back. Go look at your granny's pictures if you want to see black Mossad. It's gone because you loved everybody. The boys singing your reggae. And well, give me some of them other Hamites. What's Temba? Thames? Thames? What's the name? Thames? What's the broad name? Thames? Thames singing your songs and getting, awards for you because you loved everybody. You wanted to show everybody everything and embrace everybody, and nobody loves you. You're Christian. We not Christian in here. This turned into a whole war, brother. And the kingdom was wrought because half the kingdom is following, more than half actually, is following after Saul because he is the incumbent king. He's sitting in his seat. Remember, nobody knew David got anointed. Samuel did that and didn't even tell David's father why. He came looking for one of David's father's sons. He came looking for the son of Jesse, and the father brought every single son to him except David because he didn't think David was what Samuel was looking for. When Samuel anointed David, nobody knew that was the king but Samuel. And then the Lord began to raise David up. Raise him up. Raise him up. Because the Lord wants at the end of this, everybody to do what? Recognize David's authority from the Lord. Why are we having conflicts with every group and every Muslim and everybody? Because the Lord wants at the end of this for the whole earth to recognize his authority through the Israelite School of UPK. That's right. So if you're praying for this to end, you're in the wrong group. That's right. If this bothers you, if you home and you grieving, and I don't know why they have to do that. Why can't we all just get along? You're Christian. You might as well go celebrate Christmas. Go buy gifts and go get the Christmas tree. You're wasting time in here. You're wasting time. This is life. This is the life we live. This is what we live for. Battles and giving all glory to the Lord. So this is what happened here. They went into a whole civil war. Joab and Abner, they were two captains in Saul's army, right? Captains under David. But now since they split, Joab rolled with David, Abner rolled with Saul. They meet up to fight. They meet up to go to war with each other. And they said to themselves, read it again from the top.
Come. Then there arose.
Somebody, let me get a cup for this, please. Plastic cup or something, if you don't mind. Anybody. Go ahead, Ab.
And Abner said to Joab, let the young men now arise and play before us.
Let the young men now arise and play. Abner said to Joab, listen, man, just imagine two of you all grow up together in Israel. And now you all raise up in ranks in the military of Israel. You're captains in the Lord's army. For what, sis? No, I'm too wild, but I could get a paper towel though, if I could. No sweat. Right? You all know each other. Y'all just have to, y'all have to go to war now, because that's what the politics is. You all meet up, and you boasting your young men, and I boasting my young men. I raised some killers back here. You didn't want no part of them. You say, oh shit, man. I remember you. You wasn't that sharp or that sword enough. Let the young men play then. Let them young brothers go to war and let's see who is better. Appreciate that. Let's see who is absolutely better. Go ahead.
Let the young men now arise and play before us. Mm-hmm. And Joab said, let them arise.
Right. So Abner said, let them play. Joab, he definitely agreed. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And they arose and went over by number 12 of Benjamin. Mm-hmm. Which pertaineth to Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, and 12 of the servants of David. And they caught every one his fellow by the head, and thrust his sword in his fellow's side.
Right, so now, these young men, 12 from Benjamin, 12 from Judah, under David, they went to war. What was the purpose of them going to war? If you're paying attention from the beginning of the class, what's the purpose of them going to war?
See what the stronger young men.
That's what they're saying. They're saying let the young men decide. And what will that decide? Who the Lord is with.
Right.
They know this battle between these 12 young men was supposed to make clear who the Lord was with between. And each one of them young men, read it again.
Okay. And everyone, his fellow by the head.
And everyone that caught his fellow by the head. Go ahead.
And thrust the sword in his fellow side.
And they thrust the sword in his fellow side, meaning they did this to each other. And all 12 was dead. Every last one of them was dead at the end of it. So what's the decision? What's the decision? Who's the Lord with?
The Lord's the ones by life.
But they're all dead. You have some chapter? If I'm running in the class now, you could text me. I appreciate that. You have some chapter. Yeah, go ahead. Sir? Well, he reigns. He don't need nobody to fight for that. He'll just kill you in your sleep. He'll let you know that shit. At the end of this, who won? No one. So what must we do now?
Find another way.
There ain't no other way. There's only one way. There's always only one way. What must we do now? If these men, if they're all dead, we can't decide. So
that means the young men are done. So the men on the higher end.
now we got to go fight. We got to keep fighting. We got to fight until this decision is done. That's life in the truth. That's the Bible. Tell me, show me where it's not. Your name is Israel, which means Prince of the Power. You know how you got that name? Anybody know how that name come about?
Our forefathers wrestled the angel to the sun come up.
Jacob wrestled the angel until the angel had to break his hip to leave. Which means he was fighting till the end. Now, if that's not in you, then you're wasting time. If that's not in you, you're wasting time. Now, that spirit, this is just a sidebar. Take that spirit and put it in every aspect of your life, and you'll see why your life is the way it is. Why our people are so much on the bottom and the heathens are so much on top. Why we have #1 divorce rates, incarceration, abortion, this, that. Because to do anything in life, you have to fight. You have to fight. What is it? What do they call it when a woman makes a baby? She go in the maternity ward and she sits on that bed and she hold on these things on the side. What do they call that?
Labor.
Say it again, Hakayan.
Labor.
Labor. Labor. You know why it's called labor? Because she got to fight to push that baby out.
That's right.
She got to fight to push the baby out. And when the baby come out, the baby has to fight to breathe and live. Everything in life is fighting and war. And if you get tired of it, you're going to die. Some of you, you're already dead. But you're dead because there's no fight in you. There's no fight. The fight is gone. Forget about.
So, like I said, the cutting up a little bit.
So, like you said. Call them quick.
Oops. Just give it a minute. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, Let's get a few minutes. Yeah, a minute or so.
Like I say again?
Just give them a minute. Should be back up in a minute.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, while we're here, we'll say shalom to the brothers in the chat. And the sister Shalom Nakapaya. Shalom, we got Rapar Wana. Let's see, we got Iran here. Shalom Yabashim Shabkata. Shalom Pa. Shalom, we got Kamala. Hawaba. We got Ma'idana. Let's see. We got Mariah Allah. Mariam. Badaya Allah. Let's see. We got Yawadai. Banya Hawada. Banya Sha'ala. Yawadai. Let's see. We got Ty in here. Batharawana. We got Calvin Winston. One West Mashah. Come around here. Swap your Allah. Swap your Allah. Shalom Yabashim Shabakata. What else we got in there? It's called Seek of the Truth. Are we getting them back in there?
That's it. Because of what the Lord did in Egypt, because of how he weakened Egypt for these slaves, everybody got to know, okay, we could take them if the Lord not with them, but the Lord is with them. They have a father. It's like a child, the father shows up. When that child, they see that child going in a car with some woman or some woman bringing them to school, nobody respects that. No disrespect to the sisters, but that's just how life is. Nobody takes you seriously. You have a child even in the house. At a certain age, your child don't take it seriously. They need a man to come in there and just simply speak, sit and look at everybody. The nations knew that day we have a father, and they got scared. They thought we was coming to do to them what the Lord did to Egypt. That's what you want in life. You want that reputation in life. Let me tell you something. Them Muslims got me jealous about 2 weeks ago. Fully jealous. I saw King Charles say, Assalamu alaikum to the Muslim community on national TV. That cracker better say Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah to the Hebrew Israelite community. I want that. I want that. He did that to the Muslims because they're scared of the Muslims. They want that Arab oil money. I want the Lord to ravish this place with plagues and make it be known that he's doing this for niggers, spics, and wetbacks, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I want that be broadcast far and wide, so one day he could wish happy Passover to the Israelite school of UPK and Command Journey.
Right.
And if there's anything Buckingham Palace could do for you Hebrews, just let me know. That's what I want. You want that type of reputation, and you know how to go bomb up buildings and cut people's head off like them Arabs for it. All you got to do is serve the Lord, and he will weaken your enemies for you. That's all you have to do. Now, let's keep going, all right? So, okay, where are we at now? Now, the IUIC, Israel United in Christ, right? Supposedly, they're an absolutely anti-Christ community. Put up a picture of, their leader up there in the purple and gold. Any basic-ass picture of him in the purple and gold, all right? They're an absolute anti-Christ organization. They hate Christ and they hate the people of Christ. Right. The IUIC was an organization born in rebellion, born in absolute rebellion. That Nathaniel, Commander General YAHANNA, give him a hand, who held on this truth and made all this thing possible that we live today. One man. Nathaniel was in the Israelite school of UPK back in the 80s or the 90s, somewhere around there, right? He was in the school. There's pictures of him in the school. Those of you who didn't know, now he's retired, but all the time he was a detective for the NYPD. When he was in the school, he was a police officer that nobody knew he was a police officer, right? We found out this in probably like 2015 or 2014, where he wrongfully arrested two brothers that had nothing to do with a crime. Absolutely nothing. and put them in Rikers Island for 9 months while they awaited their case. Because the brothers had a little bit of money and was able to get a good lawyer, the case bust, and we come to find out that this was, he knowingly put them there. He knew they wasn't the men. He knew the car they was driving was different. The description from the clerk who they robbed, it was brothers who was doing an armed robbery in New York, a series of armed robberies. The description was these men was average height. One of the brothers was 6'5", who he arrested. That's not an average height. It was clear. The car was different. Nathaniel didn't give a rat's ass. He put them in jail. He was the detective on the case. He put them in jail. Those brothers end up fighting after 9 months in Rikers. Even that is hell. If you know anything about Rikers Island, people die in there waiting. That's where Khalif Browder was in after they arrested him for a backpack for no reason. And he got so violated in that damn prison on that island. Right? So now everybody know who he was. He used to be in the Israelite school at UPK. Round about the year 2000, just before that, when brothers left the school because of lack of understanding, lack of brotherhood, and hatred for each other, and lusting after the heathens, you had them leave, and they some brothers left and formed the House of David. Most people are familiar with the candy cane ones, the IC something. The one that Tazadakia was in over, and he's dead now. He died in prison over COVID after being raided by the FBI for money laundering and misappropriation of funds. I think it was like $2.4 million nigga was stealing. They formed House of David. House of David, the building burnt down. A couple of the brothers who formed that group, their sons died. From the House of David, you had Tahar. Everybody know who Tahar is. He's the leader of that, rapist group called GMS. Nathaniel was with him. Nathaniel left House of David with him. Shortly after they formed GMS, Nathaniel and Tahar had an issue, and Nathaniel split and was on the streets for a while, and then formed the IUIC. This is a break-off of a break-off of a break-off, built in total rebellion. In the early days, he wasn't wearing nothing but the police clothes, which was a trench coat, and that's it. He was just out there doing whatever. And as time progressed, as the general brought out, once people found out he was a cop, the NYPD started funding him. The police department funding him. Don't make no mistake, the IUIC is a fully funded government organization. That's why everything they do is anti the spirit of the Bible, which is anti-UPK. When I say anti-UPK, you see our culture in here, how we are, how we dress, how we talk, the things we say, what we teach. The IUIC down here is the polar opposite of that. That was created by them, and they used him because they had so much dirt on him. They had him in their clutches. So now they form the purple. They form the whole purple group, right? Now, why the color purple? Anybody ever asked yourself that? Why purple? And why everybody must wear purple?
So, like, is it anything to do with that? I'm going off, but I might be going off. Let me find out. Is there anything to do with the, back with the, Oprah, was it Oprah that did that movie with the, what's it called? Like, put the knife in the man's throat and all that. Purple, what's it called, man?
The color purple?
Purple, yeah. Is it anything to do with that, or is it just?
No.
Right.
Nope. Go ahead, sis. Okay, they're gonna use that later on to justify it, but that's not why. Them choosing purple has nothing to do with the Bible. They're gonna pretend like it does, but it absolutely does not. All right. First, give me. Yeah, go ahead.
So, like I said, this is my first thing. I just went to the color purple, but the first thing is, it might be. I don't know if it's what the sister said or whoever said. I couldn't hear it. But like, they use it for what I know. They use it like from the scriptures where the royal colors are purple, blue. You know what I mean? On that level.
That's what they never use that. They never pull that. Right? What they use in the Bible is purple being the color of rich and wealth. and that Christ was mocked with the purple. Right? You familiar with that? When the Roman soldiers put the purple cloak on him and mocked him with the crown of thorns, saying, "Here's the king." And that's what they say. But that's not why. They started saying those things after. There's a more basic carnal reason why they use purple. Let's see if you pull it up. In the meantime, somebody pull for me 1 Thessalonians 5 and 12. And let's start there. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 12.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very sluggish.
Read it one more time for the top. What picture you have up? Yeah, you took that one down. That's fine. That's the one. Do you have the one of him when he's in the UPK? Right, pull up any one of them while he's in the school. Read it. Who's reading?
Officer Arban. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 12.
Go ahead, please. Read it again from the top.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves.
All right. This is Paul giving you something that you should hold on dearly with your life. Read it again from the top.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you.
That's the first thing. Know them that labor among you and that are over you in the Lord. It would be wise to you to know the men that raise you, to know the men that you meet in the school, because knowing them is knowing their spirit, and you'll start to conform to their spirit. You start to yield to their spirit. It's very much like a younger brother learning a bigger brother, or a son learning a father. Know them that are over you and admonish you. Know them that labor among you. You must do that. Nathaniel did not know the men who labored among him, not in the way he should have. He did not look at those men as highly esteemed and decide these brothers' work meant something. He was very vain and selfish and threw everything away that brothers give their lives for, lost their families for, suffered whatever for, to go start that old purple gay group that's just full of pride and selfishness, full of ton of pride and not the Lord's spirit. Read on, Rabban.
And to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
And esteem them how?
And esteem them very highly in love.
How?
In love. Very highly.
Esteem them very highly. If you esteem those brothers very highly, you would never go start anything else.
That's right.
You would never go start anything else. You wanna go off and is this too hard for you to deal with? Go ahead, go quietly. But to go and start something else and then turn on what birthed you, you're a bastard.
That's right.
You're an ungrateful son.
That's right.
And you're gonna get what ungrateful sons get. Keep going.
And to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
For what?
For their work's sake.
Say it again.
For their work's sake.
For their work's sake. For their work's sake. For the sake of the work that the men before you done did. Brother, hold it down. That's right. Stay loyal.
That's right.
Stay one west. But you didn't give a damn about the brothers or their work. So you went and started your own purple gay club. You are disrespectful. You do not have the Holy Spirit with you. And you are not a loyal person. You're not an honorable man. And anybody in there is very, very dishonorable. Right. Absolutely dishonorable. What you have the picture up? Oh, that's him. I don't even think that's it. I think this is when they left. Is this a One West picture? It could be. There's one more, the one the general showed at the Passover. while they was there with Wu-Tang and all of them there. I know that for sure is Warden West. That could be when he left. I ain't too sure. Just double check it, all right? Give me 1 Timothy 4 and verse 1. In the meantime, give me a picture with them up there. A picture of the purple up there. All right? That's him. Hold on, you could hold that. That's him there with the you could see that's a UPK garment with the pirate shirt underneath with the cuffs. You see the garment with the piping and the fringes. He have a headpiece on his head, but he's so gay it looks like a woman's damn headdress. You see it? Oh. With the thing coming down on the side. Oh. Brothers don't wear it like that. Ariella wearing a war scarf with the thing coming down on the side, and the shit don't look gay like that. It don't look, you know, that thing there effeminate. And I believe that's the Hebrew he trying to break down on the whiteboard. Right? Left all of that, threw away all of that. Right? Give me the other one I wanted. 1 Timothy 4.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Say it again. Say it again.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Go ahead.
That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
You understand? Give me the purple picture. Give me a good purple picture of him. Give me a good purple picture of him. Read it one more time, man.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Right? The Spirit speaketh expressly, meaning it's very specific what he's saying. Like this is not left for interpretation. This ain't dark sayings. Ain't something confusing. He's saying this expressly. In latter times. What is latter times? Anybody?
Later times. And
what is latter times? Go ahead, sis. In the future, in later times, expressly, specifically, give me biblical. Come on.
It's like if I could.
Say it again.
It's like in the end times.
Say it again, up.
In the end times.
In the end times. In the last days. Or in the latter times. Read it again from the top.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith.
In the end times, some will depart from the faith. Just like they left the Israelite school at UPK and started the old rapist group GMS, started the House of David, and from House of David you have the HOI, the NOI, the this, that, the every other side of the Hebrew Israelite community. Right? You have them coming out of the House of David. The other branch of the House of David is that GMS and the IUIC. And from the IUIC, there's a ton of breakoffs too. They just wear different color. Some of them wear kind of crimson red. Some of them wear the blue. Them Hamites all of the Hamites they done recruit, done left them and started their own groups. Because how could you teach loyalty when you disloyal? Right. The only thing you could raise up is a bunch of disloyal bitches. That's all you could raise up. You can never raise up somebody who loyal and stone cold that would stay one way till they die. You will only raise up somebody who, after a certain amount of time, I can't take this no more. Y'all ain't got the truth. I never was with y'all anyway. I got the truth though. I'm gonna go form something else. What do you think you're gonna teach the next man? Even if you're not physically saying it, your spirit is you're gonna give your spirit to him. And what he does is what you always did. Go ahead.
I'm not sure, but with the Lord, most how can we let Nathaniel continue with this IUIC, or like let break off camps happen and not?
Okay, how's the best way to explain this to you? It's the same way he let Pharaoh. Give me Romans 9. Give me Romans 9. I think 14 or something like that. It might be 21.
The book of Romans chapter 9 verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
That's not what you're asking, but I'm just reading that for everybody else, all right? Right? Because some people will say, why does the Lord let the white man, go to the moon and do all this amazing stuff? Why does he let Pharaoh do whatever? Why did the Lord let Saul continue to reign? Why did the Lord let Cain kill Abel? Right? Go ahead.
God forbid.
There ain't no unrighteousness with God. Go ahead.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
The Lord say, I will have mercy on who the hell I want to, because I'm God. Ain't nobody checking me. I will have compassion on who I will have compassion on. Ain't nobody could check me. Who gonna check me? Who gonna step to me? Allah? This nigga's a rock. Who gonna check me? A white Jesus? I could kill him. Who gonna check me? Buddha? I'll bring one virus and Buddha had to close up shop. Right. You couldn't get nothing from China for 2 years. Who gonna check me? Go ahead.
So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
So ain't no work you could do or anything to sway the Lord's mind. Meaning, if he decides what he's going to do with you, that's his decision and that's what he's going to do. Right? There's nothing you're going to do to, change him in any way. Right? In this context, he's going to do whatever he says he's going to do. He's going to make that decision and nobody can stop it. Right? He's here. These statements here is letting you know he's making the statements to show you he's in charge. That's the spirit of this thing running down. I will have mercy on who I want. I'll have compassion on who I want. Whoever I say gonna die, they're gonna die. He's running down the spirit so you could understand him. Go ahead.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
The sister asks, why does he let them do, continue and grow and do this and go all over Africa? Read it again from the top.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. You know the IUICs all over the place? So everybody could know when Joy Morgan gets murdered. That's right. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody saw that. And did everybody look at it like, well, that's just what that cult does? Did everybody look at it like, well, that's what them Hebrews do? What was the public reaction to Joy Morgan?
Public for Israelites do that.
Okay, more than just Israelites do that. They looked at it that what happened to that girl was wrong. That's how they looked at it. They looked at it like that. What happened to her was wrong, and they wanted justice. You had oppressors wanting justice for this girl. And they wanted justice so bad. What did the purple faggots do? I don't know if you remember. Well, they didn't kick him out. He got arrested and he was in purple. The mugshot, I believe, is in purple or the black shirt with the fringes. After that, they kicked him out. The purple faggots went to court and they took the purple off. Wow. So y'all don't know that part. Just play the video for them, man. Just real quick because the sister asked the question. Right? Keep reading, Ariella. I think it's in that Google Drive I sent you. Right?
That I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right. They get into do what they do so that they could be destroyed. That's all. They get into do they do the same reason the Christian church get into do it so that they could be destroyed. They chose the other side. They didn't choose to stand with the Lord because standing with the Lord is very difficult. It's a difficult thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. You understand? Standing with the Lord is not a bed of roses. Standing with the Lord is not pleasure and comfort. Standing with the Lord is a decision. It's not about feeling. You decide to do this thing, and that's that. Because some days, what are you going to feel? You're going to feel to get high. You're going to feel to eat that pork. I mean, you used to like that shrimp scampi, and all that old nasty cockroach you used to be eating. Curry shrimp, lobster. You're going to feel to do other things. Right. And in those times, what must you remember? Your decision. You made a decision to stand with the Lord, and that's that. You have it? Go ahead and play it up. You sure you have it? Oh, yeah, go ahead, please. So take it down. It has volume?
Yeah,
okay. No sweat. Right, I believe that's Joy Morgan's sister with these sneakers on the left side. Right, it's her and Joy Morgan's mother. This is outside the court in London. Pause it right there. Pause quickly. This faggot here, he's from America. You could put the arrow on him for the people online. This one here with the little sunroof bald head. He's from one of them camps in America. I believe this one here too. I don't know where this broad is from. Go ahead. Or if she might be still alive. Go ahead. Hit play. Oh man. Skip it back a little bit. Just skip it back and see if it'll load up. Right? Say this one that says she's my sister's friend can't even look at my mom in her face. Shame shall cover thee, just like Esau. Full of shame. Right? We got to get that damn thing going on. Right, if anybody else on the Wi-Fi, please come off, all right? Shame shall cover thee. Now, this is IUIC. As you tape go on, you're going to see some faces there from the group in America, which is one of the more recognized groups. Are they wearing purple? Anybody seen purple and gold? No. I thought if Joy was, really killed by some, random person or some old freak accident, whatever, shouldn't they go down there just like how they go on the street? Wasn't they marching up and down and, 100 men deep and 200 men? Where was all of that? Why they didn't want the purple? Why they didn't want that? That's why, sis. That's why the Lord is raising them up. Go out there and play yourself. Be a spectacle. You could do this without me, no problem. Go be successful. Let's see how you deal with it when you mismanage somebody's life. When you mismanage somebody's life, you ditch the purple. Play on. Oh man, we got to get this thing going, brother. This is a good tape right here. A very good tape. Ariella, read on again. Skip me back to No. Give me back to 1 Timothy chapter 4 and 1. All right. You could let play in the background just mute it so that it plays fully so you can skip through it like you need to. All right. Let it play and mute it. Let it play and mute it. So mute it first. Hit the volume. Hit the volume down there. No, not there.
What is that?
On the tape itself, on the link. Okay. Hit the volume right there, all the way down, and let it play. So what? Go ahead,
Come on. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time.
Put the sodomite back on the screen if you don't mind. All right, fix the screen how it should be. All right, go ahead.
That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Mm-hmm.
Jumps out. The jumps out again.
Fine.
Okay. Wait a minute. Do you want to text? Just let them know.
Come on.
Dude, I need you to break the whole thing down for me. Go ahead, sis. That's better. Something that entices you. You got to understand that entice thing. Go ahead.
Giving you a vibe that you want to hear, that's appealing to you, to your nature.
Something that just soothes you oh so good, boy. Pause. Something that makes you feel so warm and fuzzy inside. It's just what you want to hear. It's not what you don't want to hear. It's just the right taste for you. Just talk the right way, right music. Look what they're wearing. It's so appealing. It's so attractive. That's a seducing spirit. You have them up. Just give me a picture of any one of them, one of the people. Give me one of them real quick. Read it again from the top.
Come. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Right? They're giving heed to a seducing spirit and doctrines of devils. Right? You have one? There should be some that you could just, zoom in on. I just want one of them where, give me that one is good with him. All right, put that on the screen. Right, get a picture with him with the cup. Go ahead, being a cup.
Would one of IUIC's doctrines of devils be that what they're teaching, that they teach that if you're black, you're Israel, and that's why they allow Hamites into their group? Is that a doctrine of devils?
No. Because Hamites don't call themselves black. So if I say black people, which African is going to identify with being black? Africans call themselves what? Who knows?
African, Salakia.
No, they don't call themselves African. No. Yeah, that Ashanti Igbo shit, that's nigga bullshit. That's us trying to be them. They don't call themselves no Ashanti. I'm from Cameroon. I'm from Senegal. Forget about a Nigerian. He as half as proud as a Jamaican. He gonna let you know where the hell he from. Go ahead.
Yeah. The Zulus, they call themselves Zulus in South Africa.
Well, they're a prominent tribe, but wherever that is from, they'll tell you that's where they're from. They don't call themselves black. Black refers to us, black people. Any form you fill out, are you white, African, European, Hispanic, non-Hispanic, or black? Black is referred for us. And even with the black, if you're in the UK, the form is, are you Afro-Caribbean?
Black British as well.
Black British. Where's African British? They recently putting it in. Okay, they didn't go there saying black people, the Jews is black, you black, because Africans don't call themselves black. You understand? You have a picture for me? No, this is a later picture of him, right? Before he didn't have that old long beard. He had an old, closely shaven because he was a goddamn cop. Nobody in there got braids. Damn near 90% of the men got no braids because braids is just looks too rough and rugged. That's just it. Now, is braids a law? You have to have braids? Hell no. Is it our culture? Yes. But when you say you can't do it and everybody in there looks like that, that's a doctrine of devils. That's seducing spirit. Why? Because that old low haircut and that lineup look like everybody on a soap opera. Every model, look like Tyson Beckford, look like everything people like to see. Looks like everything your mother wants a son to be associated with because he's groomed. He ain't got them crazy braids in his hair. Go ahead. We go in right there. That's in the next verse. That's in the next verse. Give me another picture with them looking good and groomed up. Good and groomed. All right, read it again from the top.
Come. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now, the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Their whole spirit is a seducing spirit, which is why they choose the color purple. All right, you could pull it up on the karate. That computer might be running a little slow. Somebody else, or one of the brothers online, Rabban, or somebody else. Just look up the meaning of the color purple. What does purple symbolize? Look it up real quick for me. All right, I think I sent you a graphic of it.
To lock yourself. It says here, to this day, we think of purple as the color of royalty and luxury.
Right? They think of purple as, hold on, slow down. They think of purple as the color of royalty and luxury. What do black people, as a people, what do we always like to think of ourselves as?
Royalty.
Huh? Royalty. And purple is royal. Without saying a word, the color, it's already pulling you in. It's already pulling you in. You get the point? Forget if you're a Christian in the church, you see that old purple and gold, you think that's the Holy Spirit. Keep going.
Khan. Consequently, it brings up a feeling of trust and reliability.
Say it again.
Consequently, it brings up a feeling of trust.
A what of trust?
A feeling of trust.
A feeling. Purple gives you a feeling of trust. A feeling of trust. Go ask Joy Morgan's mother if she regrets trusting them faggots with her daughter.
That's right.
Go ask her. Bro said she was sick. She couldn't even eat. Go ask her if she regrets trusting them. But purple gives you a feeling of trust. Go ahead.
And reliability.
And reliability. Them niggas couldn't find Joy Morgan. But they could find men to go down there and harass Captain Dagagaba and Officer Malak. Give them a hand. And Officer, what is Alaya Shah and the young man. They could find men. If you all haven't seen it yet, go watch Commander General Yohanna checking them on that show he did Monday. How they had cops waiting around the corner because they was provoking those men into that altercation all evening long. We came back from camp. We was watching the video, right or wrong? We was watching it and we like, damn, what the hell they doing? They keep coming closer until that thing happened. Now we realize they had cops around the corner.
Right.
People waiting because they're full of police because Nate is a damn police himself. And the whole thing is to put a spin on the Israelite community. That's really what they are. That's that whole COINTELPRO. I don't want to go too much into that. I want to stay on this damn purple. Go ahead.
Khan. Purple's rarity also gives an air of mystery.
It also gives an air of what?
Mystery.
Crazy. Go ahead.
Khan. It's associated with creativity and the realm of fantasy.
It's associated with creativity and the realm of fantasy. Because Nathaniel is a closet homosexual. And if you know anything about faggots, they like to dream. They like to imagine something that don't even... Faggots don't live in reality. That's why they believe in unicorns and they dress a certain way and have their whole community go into the, dressing up like animals and all kind of shit and try to be kids forever because they're not really that mature. They're living in an imagination. They're living in a fantasy. You get the point? Karate, I'm going to send you a picture right now. I keep reading out.
Khan. Think about how many times magic gets portrayed as purple in popular culture.
You understand?
Khan.
Think about how many times it does it because that's them. It's a certain type of seducing spirit that's not based in reality. It's not based in reality, because if it was based in reality, you would know not to let Hamites anywhere near the daughters of Israel. Why? Right. Why? Who knows why? Who knows why?
It's like if I could.
Karate, you could put that picture I sent you up, and I'll send you another one. I need that one right after. Go ahead, Robon.
Card, if you know anything about the spirit of Hamites, those Hamites are predators. When they approach women, they down there on the hunt. They are.
That ain't what going on right now. Burna Boy, them women love Burna Boy. But there's something that's concrete. That's not a feeling. That's not a opinion. This is recorded history. Go ahead. Say again.
It's the law.
It is the law. That's true. It is the law. But there's something else in there that's hits fully whole.
So
go ahead to that one.
Yeah, is it to do with what they did with Dinah in ancient time in the scriptures?
And who was Dinah?
Dinah's an Israelite, a sister of Jacob, a daughter of Jacob.
A daughter?
Jacob's daughter.
You gotta bring it home, Mark. What kind of daughter was she? She was his first and only daughter. The first daughter of Israel. Hamite raped. The very first one. Why the fuck would I let a Hamite near a daughter of Israel today? Why? Why would I even do it? Why would I do it? I would never ever make that mistake. Ever. But Nathaniel, that sodomite, all he cared about is money. So he could build his own fantasy empire. While people die, he don't give a damn. You think he cares about Joy Morgan? He was not the court. Commander YAHANNA goes to funerals, goes and holds newborn babies, goes to the prison, goes to court with you. That faggot couldn't come to England. You have the picture out, brother? No sweat. All right. Read on. Who's reading? Hakayan?
Khan, that was it, sir.
So read it up.
Khan.
The first one I sent you is what I want up now, not that second one.
To this day.
That one. Go ahead.
Khan. To this day, we think of purple as the color of royalty and luxury.
You have it up? The video. No, I sent you two pictures. I sent you two pictures back to back. Okay, there's one purple with a nigga wearing a crown. You have it? Okay, I need that one up on the screen. You can just make it big or something. With full screen or whatever you had to do is to zoom in so they could see that thing. All right? Read it again, Hake.
Khan. To this day, we think of purple as the color of royalty and luxury. Consequently,
right? They think of purple as the color. And now, this picture here, I don't know if the brother could get it up where it could be big on the screen now. Right? Just get it bigger where it could zoom in or do whatever it is you had to do. But zoom all the way in on that. Right? It said this picture says purple color psychology. Because there's a whole psychology behind, everything in life, right? It says it conveys mystery and imagination. And in the imagination, it's imagination of wealth and royalty, which is what them purple sodomites like to push. Just like your Christian church with your prosperity doctrine, that's them. They exude that thing because Israel is so destroyed. All we want is wealth and royalty. Right. What we need is what? To humble down and serve our Father.
That's right.
And win our Father's trust in his favor. Right. Now, with that favor, we'll have everything. You get the point? But they go in the Christian route. Have it? So what? Everybody can see that, right? Keep reading, Hakayan. See something, please.
Khan. Consequently, it brings up a feeling of trust and reliability.
Go ahead.
Khan. Purple's rarity also gives an air of mystery.
Go ahead, brother.
It's associated with creativity and the realm of fantasy.
right? It's associated with creativity and the realm of fantasy. The IUIC is a creation of Nathaniel as he's fantasizing about himself. That's why he made that image of Jesus Christ that they have, the black Jesus. That's his face. He paid them to paint. That's known. That's his face, and he just put the crown of thorns on it because this is his fantasy. Because he's gay, he's a sodomite, he's effeminate, and he raised up a whole group that is gay like him. That's right. Keep going, Hakayan. Let me get another one now.
Think about how many times magic gets portrayed as purple in popular culture. That's it, sir.
Right? Think about how many times magic gets portrayed as purple in popular culture. You have the other one? All right, the brother gonna pull up the other one for you just now. Right? Let me see who I can send this to read. You read it right there? No sweat. Go ahead.
Symbolism and meaning of purple.
Is this up on the screen big where they can see? All right, so go ahead.
Symbolism and meaning of purple. Purple has long been associated with wealth and royalty, as purple dye was precious and expensive. If green is the color of spring, then purple conjures of autumn, fading light, and shorter days. Purple is associated with creativity and irrelevance, as in the purple hat groups of women who embrace aging and an excuse.
Right, so they're just giving you a whole ton of things that purple is attributed to as well. Read that last line.
So the purple is
purple also. This last line right here. Purple also.
Purple also represents harmony, the balance between opposing forces.
Right, purple represents peace, harmony, a balance between two opposing forces, which is why they actually teach you can't say the white man is the devil in the IUIC. They teach the people to not say that, because saying the white man is the devil means what? Opposition. It means opposition. It means conflict, which lets you know what they was teaching in Africa. If the children of Israel are Israelites and Hamites could never be Israelites, what was they teaching in Africa?
The Hamites could be Israelites? Or are Israelites?
So who would be the Hamites? Obviously nobody, because there was no conflict. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
you tell white people they're not the Jew, they're ready to fight us. Go look up General Mayam tape where he made the Jewish boy cry. You tell them that when they want to take us down. You all came to the Passover this year. What happened? The Jewish community came out in full force because we said they're not the Jew. Where's the tape of the Hamites attacking IUIC in Africa? Because they're not teaching Africans are not Hamites. They're teaching Africans are Jews. They're lying to them so that they could come in and give them tithe money. They could come in and give them all sorts of money. Because if I go to Africa and I say, you're a Jew and you're a Hamite, you go into slavery under him, this group is going to try to kill me and him. Right now. They kill each other right now based on that. So what was he teaching in Africa? Not the truth. He was teaching what kind of doctrine?
It's like if I could. The doctrine of devils.
Seductive doctrine. He went and seduced the Hamites up. He went and seduced them. You understand? Meanwhile, they cursed black and Hispanic and Native Indian men and women out on the streets here. You ever hear how they talk to our people here? But they go to Africa and kiss their ass out because they're not in the truth, brother. That's right. That whole color is about, bowing down and seducing. Now, let me give you one further. Give me, read the second. No, what are you doing?
Oh, no. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, read the one on the right.
Purple balances stimulation of red and calm of blue.
Right? Purple balances the stimulation of red and the calm of blue, meaning red traditionally is a fiery color of conflict, color of war. Like, man, he got me angry. I was seeing red. It's meaning you're ready to do something. And blue is the color of calm. You get the point? Blue is the color of calm. Even the old Roman Empire, red was the color of war. That's what the military would wear. White was the color of the spiritual section, the clergy. And blue was the color of the civil workers or the police. You get the point? There's a famous account of when Caesar was coming back from war and they would cross the Rubicon. The Rubicon was a famous river along Rome. And that was a landmark of now you're coming into Roman territory. The law at the time was that when you come into Roman territory, you had to take the red off and you had to either put on the white or the blue. So that as you approach in Rome, the Romans know you coming back and you coming back as a Roman to function in society. Caesar did not change colors because he was coming back angry. And he crossed the Rubicon in the red. You could go read up about it. It was a declaration of war. It was like he's trying to overthrow. You get the point? That's how it was seen. Because red is that type of color. Read it again.
Come. Purple is well liked by very creative.
Purple balances.
Purple balances the stimulation of red and the calm of blue.
Right? That's what it does. It makes everybody happy. So now you could put on a purple garment and go home in your mother's house and she will not say anything. She'll look at it and be like, oh yeah, you're good boy. Good. It doesn't bring any sort of feeling and you don't have an opinion. Damn me like a drug. You just lay it out. You don't have an opinion of acceptance or pushing back. Just there. Go ahead.
Come. Of red and the calm of blue. With a sense of mystic and royal qualities.
With a sense, not actually possessing, but a sense or a feeling of mysticism, of mystic, meaning like just imagining power. Or royal qualities. All proud and stuck up, nose up in the air like a Christian. That's them. Go ahead.
Purple is well liked by very creative or eccentric types.
Right, stop right there. Purple is well liked by very creative and eccentric types. You're a little weird. You ain't the normal type. You're a little.
Right.
You get my point.
Oh, that's right.
Purple is well liked by that. No, is that to say a brother can't wear a purple garment? I want one. I see Karab rock one, and Yagawa was the first one rocked a purple garment years ago. I'm going to get one. I'm sure you ought to wear that shit like a man. Right. After the older brothers do it anyway. But when you do it like on their scale and everybody has to wear purple, you're a little eccentric, you imaginative, right? Go ahead.
I think I remember watching the documentary. Commander Johnny said that the teachers are like $2,000 each or something like that.
Oh, attached. I forgot about that shit. To Wallace. These fake groups, the Candy Canes used to do it too, where the Candy Canes forced everybody to wear red and white, right? The troopers would wear, or the young men would wear all black, which they get from the UPK, which is a tradition we keep to this day. Now, after you become an officer, you can wear what the hell you want. Just don't look feminine. You get the point? Just don't look like a woman.
Right.
Candy Canes told everybody they had to wear red and white, and they had the monopoly on the cloth. If you ever seen the garments of clothes, it had little flowers in it, like embroidery flowers in it, in the red and white. And you had to get it from them, and the shit cost like $900 or some shit like that. Correct. And guess what? You could get one, but they'll put you on a payment plan. And the payment plan involves you giving them your SSN, which is your social security number. You'll know what that means in America. That's a very private thing that has, you can pull up everything on anybody with that. And you had to put a debit card on their system so they could charge you every month on it, whether you have bills or not. The Purple Faggots was doing that too, which is, you remember, Joy was missing and dead, and they were still taking money out of her account. Her mother gonna tell you that to the tape. They say, where's the money? You was still taking money out of her account. Mm-hmm. Tell me I have respect for these bastards. I don't have no respect for no Purple Faggot, man. Right. So this is the color of eccentric people and people who delusions are grander. Go ahead. Give me the last part, nice and loud.
And is the favorite color of adolescent girls.
Say it again.
And is the favorite color of adolescent girls.
And is the favorite color of young girls. Bunch of bitches.
That's right.
Now, if a young girl wearing purple, she's right. She loves purple. She's a young girl. You're a grown ass nigga. You're a grown man. You still want to flood everything in purple? Give Nate a chance, brother. He prance up and down and throw flowers at everybody because he's not really a man. He has the mind of a young adolescent girl. You get the point? That's him. That's who this is. They created a whole group, not for Christ, not for black people, but because Nate wasn't allowed to be a faggot in One West. That's right. He wasn't allowed to be soft and effeminate. If any brother or sister is in here more than a week, you realize in here, people could come from wherever, drug addicts, alcoholism, abusers, robbers, murderers, drug dealers, drug addicts. You could come in here, but you are not going to be allowed to remain how you are. That's right. You're not going to be. Somebody is going to press you forward, press you into a better situation, press you to be a better version of you. They're going to kill the old man spiritually and give you a new spirit. Nate wanted to be that little prancing girl in One West. The general's probably going to bring it out again because this thing ain't going nowhere. This thing ain't going nowhere. Their hands were placed on our brothers. I don't know how to tell you nothing else after that shit. On 4 men, on 4 brothers, you had to go bring a whole cavalry down for 4 brothers, but you couldn't marshal nobody, one nigga, to search for Joy Morgan. You couldn't do that. You couldn't master that. They showing up in the street. They're marching, doing all kind of drones, and you all go down there for Kyrie Irving. You see how strong they went to New York for Kyrie Irving? Wow. Who knows why Kyrie Irving got that and Joy Morgan didn't get nothing? Who knows why?
Okay.
Please give her a hand. Kyrie Irving is rich, and they are a bunch of whores who only want money. They only care about what you could give them and not what they could do for Christ and his people. You get the point? You can skip that out. You can take that out. Anybody who want that, they could get it. All right? Just remember, you're dealing with a group of young adolescent girls at the top. Now, throughout the body of their organization, you're going to have brothers and sisters who are absolutely genuine. They're absolutely genuine, and they just got caught up. They got seduced. The seduction was strong. And they're in there. You could leave out of that damn group and come and find the truth. You could leave out of there and come and find the truth. Like I left the Christian church or the Muslim mosque or the Rastafarian religion or Scientology or atheism, whatever he was in before. Like brothers leave the streets, the prison, whatever he was into before. You could leave that thing. But at the very top, Nate and them 7 bitches he got there, them deacons, they at their core are young adolescent girls, like the breakdown gave of The Color Purple. They're just feminine. That's why they're so catty. That's why they are. You remember a few years ago, they made fake Facebook pages and pretended to be women and was messaging brothers' wives trying to break up their marriages. That doesn't sound like some kind of high school, secondary school. What's the first after the not primary, right after primary? What you call the first one? Secondary. That's a one. Like that doesn't sound like some kind of year 7, 8, 9, 10 bullshit where somebody tweets something or sends something in the group text or write some shit about Kevin don't like you no more, bitch. Right. That doesn't sound like that shit. These is grown men did that shit up. And they had a name for it. They called it the Black Ops. Niggas getting their head blown off by cops, and you have time to do this shit? You got time for that? Rashawn Charles died with a cracker fist down his throat. You remember that? Oh, God. And they got time to do this shit. I don't know. Where we at with it? Give me the you the tape with the mother? Come on. Quickly. Got it? Come on. Should play, right?
Why did none of you from the local authority, the police, the 999
Say, why did none of you call the local authorities? Pull it back a little bit. I want you all to see this dude face. He's one of the top men from Tennessee or something. Right there. I don't know if anybody would recognize it. I'll try to find a picture of him. He's definitely from that Tennessee group. So is this one here from somewhere down south. That's the one with the sunroof ball head. Go ahead. Stop. Oh, pull it back. Stop. No sweat. Take your time. You can just hit the space bar and stop it. All right. This is the little tassels, the little female feminine fringes on the bottom of a plaid shirt. Look at these disloyal. You could put the cursor on them too, so the people online know what I'm talking about. Oh. This is the disloyal, dishonorable bitches that up in there.
That's right.
That have no love for joy. Because I guarantee you sisters especially, you'll have some kind of psychokinetic connection with each other. Where the minute a woman is suffering, you'll all look in and be like, can't do her that. I know firsthand. A few months ago, I called a woman a bitch on the street in DC. I saw unity like no other Karafia. I'm going through the comments and I started to feel like, damn, did I do something wrong? But these women all come together and support this broad who was assaulting the camp just because she's a woman. Now, women have that in you from the Lord, but today it's on the left-hand side where you feel sorry for some slut. You get the point? That thing in you where you feel for another sister, you feel for a brother, it's called compassion. That's what makes you you. These women have felt the compassion for Joy Morgan. They felt it. They wanted to go look for her. And these bitch cowards told them no. Stay far from it because we don't want to taint the reputation of the school. That's why they're not there in purple. Why they wasn't out there in purple strong and making speakings and blazing on whoever and blazing on them Hamites for killing Joy. Why they didn't do that? Because that's who they are. There's no purple there. And these women, they're disloyal slut sack. I guarantee you. I got proof of it too, if you all think I'm just talking on my neck. I know half the time you'll be thinking I just be saying whatever. You all don't understand, brother. I do a ton of research for the general. I got the proof. Oh, you all said I got the receipts? I got receipts, brother. Go ahead.
It hasn't been made clear yet. That's why the court case is still going on.
Human beings did not call the police, but you still took her £10 a month or whatever her height was. You see the money that you pay monthly? You knew she was dead.
Look at him. Pause. Look at him. Hunched over and he looking away. Shame, nigga.
That's right.
Shame. Shame. Because you knew she died on your hands. Look at them. Nobody could look at her. But y'all could come down from Malakanam to Galgabado. You're strong. Don't you move, nigga. Don't move. Stay there. Y'all just talking on the tape?
Right.
A girl lost her life out. She's missing. Y'all in here long enough, right? Everybody in here long enough. What's the UPK tradition in here when you come in as a young man?
All black.
All black. What else happens? you what? Say it again. You check in with somebody. How often? Once a week. You know what happens when that check-in call don't come? What happens, Karathia?
You gotta see if you're okay.
Bro, been missing out. They checked on the money, but they ain't check on her because they're a bunch of whores. They're a bunch of whores, and feel free to tell them that to their face because they ain't got no shame. If one thing a whore doesn't have is shame. She'll go out and sleep with whoever. When you see them, they'll come to you with a flyer, especially you women. They never come to recruit brothers. Try to come to abroad. You call them whores to their face and tell them Nate is a faggot. And if they ask you where you get the information from, tell them from the Israelite school or UPK.
That's right.
Keep going.
You still taking the money. But why you people knew from America?
The daughter had to defend her. The woman had to look at them. Nobody turned to her and give her a hug. Tell her we're sorry. We dropped the ball. Yes, look at it. Come on, pull it back. Look at him. Pull it right. Lately, I'll tell you when to stop. All right. Look at him. That's who you want as a priest over you? And them old nasty sluts in the back with their head covered, holes in head wraps.
That's right.
Look at all of them hiding behind each other. This woman about 100 pounds wetter, can't walk properly into the Rastafarian thing, so you know she have a drug problem. Lost her daughter, coming down there. If you know anything about Israelites and Israelite women in pain, everybody is the enemy. She'll turn on you too. And she needs some compassion. And these faggots ain't saying nothing to her. Don't listen. I better not see you all on the streets. And I'm here for some time. Don't come to this camp. Don't come. Don't come over here. Go ahead.
Sort of like they're in support of the
They're in support of the money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They in support of the money. It's all right, let her be. Don't worry about it. Let her be. This is the place she can get to be how she is. They're in support of the money. And to support Joy Morgan's mother means they're going to lose money. There's not a strip of purple arc. Not one. Not one arc. Keep going.
Still quite yes, you do.
All right, you can stop it right there. All right. What's the other one I had?
The horse.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, give me the one with the give me that one with the horse. I hope you could get that whole one to load up. You could drop the other one. Any tabs you're not using, just close it.
Oh.
All right. Now, Ariella, give me Revelation 17 and 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right? So now this is a vision John the Revelator is having. And the angel said, Come with me and I'll show you the judgment or the punishment of the great whore, the great prostitute that sits on many waters. The great whore is America. America is the great whore that sits on many waters. The waters in the Bible, you could read down in verse 17, in chapter 17 later on. The waters in the Bible in this particular precept here is talking about the nations. Just like there's an old saying, I don't know if it's British or European, where they say, I rule the 7 seas. You ever hear people say that? It's this one who ruled. They said that about Selassie. They say he rules the 7 seas, right? The 7 seas is talking about where people are. The whore that sits on many waters is talking about many nations, many people, like America sits over the top of everybody. You get the point? Go ahead.
So what about the term a sea of people?
Or a sea of people. That's where it comes from, because the old expression for many people would be seas, right? Or seas, because of course you had to travel the sea to get to nations. Get the point? That's why the French gave America that gift of the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is this scripture: a woman who is a whore that sits on the water on many seas. The Statue of Liberty is off the island of Manhattan in the water. It's right there, right? Go ahead.
So like I don't. Like I said, would you say, like, you know, how they conquer the country and then they sell their navy or their force within their countries or on their seashores and, you know, stuff like that, like, you know, ruling in their land. So
keep it simple. The seas represent the people. You know, whether if you here and you cross the Atlantic, where are you?
In another place, in another city, in another country.
If you're on this side and they cross the Atlantic, where are you? In the Americas. You get the point? If you're on the West Coast and you cross the Pacific, where are you? Where are you? You're going to end up in China. Just think the seas represent people, the reaching people, like that. Just like all roads lead to Rome, the roads represent the people, the nations that's tied into Rome. America is sitting on top of all the waters. So wherever you go, you really meet in America. You're not meeting Chinese people. You're not, well, of course, not now politically, We just think, you know, this have power everywhere, right? Go ahead.
God, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
That's what happened. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with America. The inhabitants of the earth have become drunk with the wine of her fornication, have become seduced by her philosophies. You get the point? As they F with America. That's what they mean by the wine of her fornication. Like, you know, black people say, nah, I don't really F with him. I mean, I F's with you. That's how we talk. That's in the Bible. You understand? The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Not talking about somebody going to have sex with Joe Biden. It's talking about they making backdoor bedroom type deals. You know, real hush deals. Like, don't tell nobody, Don't tell nobody. Give me that oil or give some nuclear weapons. Don't tell nobody. Before they killed Saddam Hussein was an ally to America. America gives Hussein weapons to fight the Kurds. They hung Saddam Hussein. The year before 9/11, 2001, or 2 years before Osama bin Laden was in the White House. You think Osama bin Laden is some old reckless Taliban terrorist that never flew anywhere? He's from a very rich family that was friends with Bush. Because they F's with you until what? As soon as they get tired of all, throw away. And Osama bin Laden same way. Go ahead.
You know what's the lay down with a big hole. You know the term when you're busy with somebody. You say, I don't want to really get in bed with them.
I just don't want to get in bed with them like that. That is the same thing because the business deal is so intimate. The business deal is so intimate, it's like you're having sex with a woman, like a person. And the earth has had sex with America. The earth has just totally, you know, took everything that she had to give. Right? Go in.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
See if we can find a picture of that too, brother. There's a good picture on the internet. You all will have seen these a whole ton. These Christians like to post them. But there's a good picture on there of a broad sitting on top of a beast, arrayed in purple. Keep going.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
She had a cup in her hand that was full of evil and vile things. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you which one. Not that one. Go up. Let me see the top. Go up some more. Not that one. There's another one. I'm looking for it myself now. Could you make the screen bigger? It seemed like you're cutting off some. You zoomed in a little bit, right? Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. All right. Stop right there. Come down. This one, brother. That's the hole right there. That's the hole. You see how she looking? Go ahead. Read on, Aria.
God. And upon her forehead was a name written. Mystery. Babylon the Great.
Mystery. Purple is the color of mystery. How listen, stars. How are they? Why is the Lord letting them do it? It's mystery. It's mystery. Babylon the Great, the greatest confusion that you could ever see. Just so confused. Just like America is confused. They have the spirit of America. But mystery, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
God. The mother of harlots.
Say it again.
The mother of harlots.
Oh, say it one more time.
The mother of harlots.
Nathaniel is the mother of whores.
That's right.
That's
you
right.
And you're a woman, you're a whore until proven innocent. Right. You're the mother of whores. Go ahead.
God. And abominations of the earth.
And the abominations of the earth. And just like America, you have whores in there. You have thieves in there. They had one of their deacons, brother, run a Ponzi scheme on the whole group and stole money from a ton of them. Swindled some ex-NFL player out of millions. Got the nigga to move out his house, moved his family in. He went to jail. I have his mugshot if you think I'm lying. Went to jail for it. came back out, Nate puts him right back up there with them. He's sitting right on the right-hand side of Nate right now. Right. Guilty as that's the one who said he would spit in Mariam's face. That's him. That's him. Just like America, they got the whores, they got the thieves, they got the murderers with the Hamites. What else do they have in there that America has? Come on. Who
Homosexual. You want to answer it,
the homosexuals. That fool there from Arizona who went and had sex with a transvestite. A transvestite is different from a transsexual. I know I shouldn't know all this information, but I have to because of the job. It's professional. I don't want to know it. A transvestite is somebody who dresses like the opposite sex. That's transvestite, like a vest, like a vesture. That's a garment. A trans vest, like you switch your vest. A transsexual is somebody who changes their sex. This particular dude went and had sex with a transvestite, which means what? He had sex with a man, just like Nate. That's what Nate produces. Nate produces whores, murderers, thieves, and homosexuals.
That's right.
Come on. What kind of fruit they producing? The gay kind, the sweet kind, and not the good sweet. Fruit that's full of sugar. Right? Hold up. Stay right there. Give me the video that I just asked you for. So no, hold on. Let me make this picture bigger. No. Go to the this and let's make it, the whole screen, the picture. All right. I'll read it from the top.
From verse 1.
No. From the woman when I tell you about the beast, when she sat on the beast. Verse 3.
5.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
You see, the beast is red. That's what scarlet is, like a deep red. And she's sitting there. Boy, I wish I could get even bigger. She's sitting very seductive, like a broad who's trying to seduce her. The legs crossed, the ankles out. She's leaning back, exposing her chest. She's accentuating her cleavage. And she's holding up this damn cup, like, real loose, like seductive. And that's an old Roman pose for women. You watch any old Roman show, the woman is always draped over something and holding this cup, because just like wine would get you drunk, she's trying to say her femininity will get you drunk sexually, meaning she could take you over. So come here, have fun. It's an inviting type of spirit. That's who they array themselves after. Now, if you could look closely, anybody could zoom in on it. She got purple and gold, and you could make that bigger.
So like the other one.
Go ahead.
Would you say like she's holding out her scepter in a sense,
I wouldn't say she's holding a scepter. They might say that. I wouldn't say that part. That scepter represents. That scepter represents it should be a male phallic symbol. It's like power, like the biggest thing. That's what that scepter is. Like I'm ruling. You get the point? That's why I say the scepter shall. If you notice in Genesis 49, it says the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the lawgiver from between his feet. Is that near synonymous? So to them, she might be holding out a scepter. To me, that's a whore. She could be holding out $1 billion. I will never go close. She got purple and gold. She looked just like them IOIC purple bitches at the Passover.
That's right.
Just like them, just dressed in the purple and gold, looking holy as could be. Now give me the video I want, because you all think I'm just bashing innocent sisters and I'm bearing false witness. Oh, you bearing false witness. Let's see. Let's see if I am. Give me the video I want. Go ahead, up.
Okay, just a minute. I'll be back in a sec.
What time we have? 9? Give me about 20 minutes again. Say again? Oh, Lord, don't tell me you got to wait for it to load. Adultery right there. I'll tell you when to stop. right? Now these men here should be, their faces should be known, right? That's the imitation Levite on the left. I think he a secret Hamite that snuck in unawares, right? I tell you, I got 3 Levites in DC, and them niggas ain't soft like that. That nigga soft like baby poop out. And this one here is supposed to be a Benjamin, and I know he's conflicted out. He don't even look like he want to be in there no more. He's the one who stood up and said, "I love you," and Nate blushed. I don't know if you all saw that tape. He said, "Yeah, I want to thank Nate for making me a man." And I will say this one time, and don't make me say it again. I love you. And Nate said, "Go ahead, please."
Just says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world. You know, same thing with sisters.
Pull it again from the start. Go ahead.
The scripture says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world.
Pause. So he said the wicked woman searches for the precious soul. But he said, I'm talking about women out there in the world. Go ahead.
You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in.
Stop that. Stop it. He can't even say it. He says same thing like you sisters that's in, because he fed up of the hoeing that going on in there. And he can't even bring himself to say some of you hoes that I would normally talk about in the world is in here. Play it again from the start.
Scripture says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world. You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in.
You see how his eyebrow?
You sisters that's in the.
Like he got the. Well, shit, I talk about the world, but really they're back there right now needing the Sabbath bread in their whole hands. Go ahead.
That's right.
You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know a lot of you all like fight.
It take about 10 seconds to say that shit out. Go ahead.
You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know. You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in. You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know a lot of you all like 5-10 guys be trying to talk to some of you sisters when you all leave the house.
Right there. How do he know 5-10 guys try to talk to them? Anybody know?
That's the other one.
Oh boy, sis on a roll over here, boy. Go ahead.
Some of you all ignore them and keep
the 5
some
brothers,
of you all,
5 guys, so like you're in there now.
That's right, Zap one. The 5 men, they're in there.
That's
and
right.
they all come in. They're all going to talk to her, and she go tell on them, and they will tell me the name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You brothers in here who break that 6-month rule, you're very close to them purple faggots. You're very close. The rules in here are made so that we don't end up like them.
Right.
We don't end up like GMS or the Christian church. You hear how much men go ahead and try to talk to the broad? 5 men. Now, nothing wrong with 5 different brothers wanting to go, but what should they do if they're honorable?
Go to the elder, speak to the captains or whatever they call leaders then.
Yeah. Or if it's a sister in the world, you try to go to her father or some brother who has authority over her and express, your intention, because this girl belongs to somebody. But they just treat them like, the whore that sits on many waters. Go ahead.
you sisters when you all leave the house. Some of you all ignore them and keep it moving. Some of you all give in to it and you all commit a dodge.
That I wanted to stop right there. Yeah, no, you gotta go with Mike. You go let the cat out the bag. He pull it back a little. Yeah.
Some of you all give in to it.
Right. Pull it back some more. Go ahead.
And keep it moving. Some of you all
He said some of y'all keep it moving, and then some of y'all you see that pause? It's guilt. Some of y'all keep it moving, and then some of y'all let's hear what the arm is. Go ahead.
Some of you all give in to it, and you all commit a dodge, fornication, and so forth.
Why he couldn't say just adultery? Why he had to switch it up like some of y'all commit fornication? But there's holes in that. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in that house.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Then you all keep it secret. You understand? Some of the sisters, they do that.
Stop right there. Now, I'm not advocating adultery. However, in that particular group, them brothers committing adultery for one reason and one reason only. Anybody knows why? No, that ain't why. Go ahead, Tizapo, and bring it out.
Yeah, because there's a ton of homosexuals in there, man. So
that rod ain't going in them.
That's right.
She's seeing the rod going to bathe. She's seeing the rod at night. But that rod goes in somewhere else, and it's not in her. So she don't know what the hell to do. It's like the Christian church. The man wouldn't touch her. He'd rather go touch the tranny. I got the tape of that too, if you think I'm lying. I got the tape of that too. I got the tape of the tranny face. The dude, the cops arrest him in the purple with the flies in his eye. Fresh with the tranny juice on him. Salakia. Fresh with the tranny bodily fluids all over him. That's how they found him. They say a black man came in here and shot the tranny in the face. Okay, it's a black man. I need some more than that. He was wearing purple. Oh, okay, say less. That's how they found him, because he was wearing purple and had the flyers in his goddamn hand. Keep going.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, brothers come and confess, and like some brothers come and confess and let us know and get their spirit right.
Stop.
But sisters,
brothers in there come and confess and let us know and get their spirit right. Confess what? That I had sex with so-and-so's wife. In there. That's what you want me to give up the truth to go join. That? No, that goes on in the Christian church, right?
That's right.
So does homosexuality. So does not speaking against the white man. What else goes on in the Christian church? Homosexuality, I said it before. There's something else Christian church is famous for. Child molestation. So water. That's coming out next on this. The general done said it. And I believe it, because I done seen the general say shit that happened after. That's coming out next year. Because that homo, oh my gosh, he'll touch anything. Keep going. Pull it back a little bit more.
some brothers come and confess and let us know and get their spirit.
He says some brothers, which means there's other brothers who ain't coming and confessing, but they know they're having sex with somebody else. Now, I've heard, I don't know how true this is. You know the big eye one with the glasses, the tall one? Okay, if you notice, if you see the tapes from this year events, he's not there. They brought an Ephraimite in. Everybody else is there. The two Levites, the two Benjamites, the two Judites who roll with him, with Nathaniel. The tall Sodomite one with the big eyes, he's not there. What we heard is that he's one of them adulterers. And he's banned for a while because they're going to bring him back like they brought back Kanai, the one who says spit in their face. Go ahead.
Spirit, right? But sisters keep it secret. You understand? A lot of sisters, they do that. They be hooking up with their ex.
Stop.
Yeah.
All right, shit. He about to spill the whole beans. You could clip that out. He said the brothers feel guilty after. Now, I'm gonna put you on game. The brothers is not feeling guilty after. What is happening? And he said the sisters don't tell, but they hook up with their ex. If you know about the IUIC, what's really happening here? I'll help you out if you want it. Somebody give it to me. He said the brothers, they come and confess, but the sisters keep it secret and hook up with their ex. What's happening?
Is it these women that really want their ex?
The IUIC believes that marriage is a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. What does the Bible say marriage is? Sex is marriage. That's what makes a marriage, not the piece of paper. Even in Esau society, you go before the priest and man and woman and they kiss and they exchange rings. If that first night y'all don't have sex, the marriage could be null and void in Esau's kingdom. You could go to the judge the next day, and the judge will say, well, this marriage never happened because you didn't consummate the marriage. Consummate means make complete. What makes the marriage is the sex, not the paper. They teach You could pop, no, ain't no sweat. They teach that if a man and a woman who would come from in the world, right? They come from in the world, they would be boyfriend and girlfriend to them, right? People in the world, that's how they look at it. We're not married, we're boyfriend and girlfriend because Christians believe marriage is a paper too. So you have people who is boyfriend and girlfriend for 20 years, but they don't look at each other as husband and wife when they are. They end up going to that faggot group, and guess what Nate tells them? Anybody knows? That they're not married. Put the sister in a woman's group, and they put the brother in a brother's group. And the woman's group tell the sister that this brother does not love you, or else he would have put a ring on it. What I'm telling you, brother, I've heard it firsthand. There's a couple sisters in the school that ran from there and came over and gave us the whole spill. They tell the brother he ain't shit because he ain't making enough money. Or if he's unemployed, he ain't worthy to get no woman, and he had to get a job first. And then they tell them that they have to go now. If they're going to remain in the IUIC, they're going to have to go down to the courthouse and get legally married according to I.S.U.P.K, seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Some people cave in and give in to it. Some people divorce. And then the brother in there ends up marrying the sister. But he's so gay, she rejects him and goes back to her ex. You understand? There are a bunch of adulterers in there.
That's right.
There are a bunch of adulterers in there. And then the brother doesn't come and confess to the adultery. Because what started happening was brothers started going to other brothers' ribs. Once they found out, people was going in there and not telling the leadership that they was together, so that they wouldn't force them to go get married. Brothers would find out, go tell the broad, she started to separate from the brother, and now when she rejects him, they feel a hoe, and they go and tell the people up top, hey, we commit adultery, she going back to try to get her in trouble. It's not him being righteous, confessing because he's guilty. It's because she rejected him. You get the point? That's what's going on in that group. They're busy doing all of that while Joy Morgan getting strangled in some forest somewhere. While she getting drive around somewhere until the drugs kick in. So this Hamite could rape her. All of that shit going on in there.
That's right.
Ariella, give me verse 6, please.
And the women.
Line up that Diotrephes tape for me, please. Right at the minute markers that I want. Go ahead.
And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should.
No. Hold on. Where you at? Verse 6. 17 and 6. You stopped at 5, right?
Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
Before you pull up that picture, before you pull up that video, just line it up. Give me the picture with the guard in cuffs. You know it? Just you can go to my Facebook page if you want. It's somewhere on there. It's a good picture that they made of the guard. Once again, get the KC4 hand, brother. Courageous young men. Courageous young men. Listen, that's what the UPK is made of. You go through those days of going into conflict, into zones with conflict. It changes you. It makes you better. You grow in those moments. But if all you seek is peace, if all you seek is to just make everybody happy, you're not going to do it at all. All right? Read it again for me, Tapa. Verse 6.
And I saw the woman drunken with blood of the saints.
With the blood. Read it again.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And with the blood of the martyrs.
You find it out? You could pull it up on the screen, that's on the you ain't gotta download it. Oh shit. Okay. Try and pull it up real quick, all right? Let me see if I can send it to you. Where am I gonna send it to you on your
I say to myself now, basically.
You have it already? Okay, with the KC4 on it? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Aria.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with the great nation.
Right? He saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Right? And with the blood of the heroes, the martyrs of our King Yahushua. And when he saw her, he wondered with great admiration, just like you was asking the question just now. You wondering like, damn, this woman here, she is drunk with the blood of the saints. She is drunk with, black people. The blood of the saints are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's who the saints are in the Bible.
Right.
The Christians teach it that a saint is some dead person like Mother Teresa or something like that. That's not a saint. Israelite is a saint. Rashawn Charles was a saint. Right. Mark Duggan was a saint. What's the other brother who 20th anniversary just came up, who they stabbed at the bus station? Stephen Lawrence. He's a saint. You are a saint. You get the point? Is the children of Israel. But this woman, she is drunk with the blood of the saints. You pull it up? Get nice and big for me. Right? Now, just in the same spirit of America, of that woman, these purple faggots, they drunk with the blood of the saints.
That's
right. You understand? They drunk with the blood of the martyrs of Christ. They take America's side against the men of the Lord versus taking God's side. You get the point? That's what happened here, brother. They seek to fully destroy those four brothers. They wanted to fully destroy them from like a predator, just looking for just like a cop. There's a reason a cop talks to you disrespectful and comes all the way up in your face. So that when you do what? Extend your arm. Because he in your face, he'll say what? You assaulted me. You assaulted me. So now what brothers do? They take a step back. Or they look down. Get out of my face, man. They're trying to not become a victim to the predator. But the predator is trying to hunt you. And that's what them did that Saturday, bro. They speak up. Listen, I didn't even see that part. The brothers told me they're cooler with water. You saw it. I didn't see that part. They brought the cooler in the back of the brothers' camp. I was trying to walk in the camp to get a water. Like, what kind of provocation is that? That's like your neighbor coming and cooking in your kitchen. You didn't invite him in. Now, what you want me to do? You want me to put hands on you. So, because you have 30 bitch faggots out there who have blood and lust in their eyes to think you could fall on us and you'll be victorious. You ain't going to be victorious. That's right. You're not going to be victorious. You took an L because everybody know you're a punk. Right. Everybody know you're a bunch of punks because you did that for four brothers, but you did nothing for Joy Morgan. That's right. Until this day, you still do nothing for Joy Morgan. Just don't come in any camp I'm in front of, please. Don't do it. Don't do it. Give me some more. That's the end of the verse? All right. They're drunken with the blood, and that's how they are, and that's why they talk to Israel the way they do. That's why they talk to brothers the way they do. There's another tape. I had Kazak looking for it for me. I hope he could find it, where they went to some event in Tennessee, and this is for a few years ago. I'm talking about 8 years ago, right? I'll come and say this, right? And there were some brothers who, you know what happens when there's a ton of cars? You'll see it when Aston Villa played. When cars come in the neighborhood and they line up, they park and go in the Aston Villa game. What happens by the time the fans come out, the owners of the car come out? What's the norm? So what happens to their cars sometimes? Vandalized. They get vandalized, they get broken into. So these purple faggots, they had some cars parked up and they got vandalized. Some people broke into cars, stole the tape deck. There was the days where you had the tape deck that get pulled out and stole the tape deck. The cops rounded up some brothers and arrested some brothers. These faggots marched the whole camp down to the cop car where the brother is locked up. And they filmed themselves walking up to the car and they say, yeah, we're gonna what he said? One of these thugs. Yeah, he said, the cops just caught one of these thugs. And we're going up there to rebuke that boy. And the way he said boy is like an old Southern cracker would say boy.
That's right.
Brother, and they set up camp in front of the car window with the brother, he in cuffs in the back. An American car, the police cars, the back is like a jail cell where in some states where they have bars on the window. So the window down and they could see the brother through the bars and he looking and they started blaze on him and call him one kind of idol worshiper. And they say, we got families and kids. What we supposed to do now? Like a fucking tape deck is going to make your house broke. And they started chastise the brother in the car. Brother, they hate black people.
That's right.
They have a penchant hate for black people, brother. They started to say, all you studying is gold and chains and PlayStation. How the fuck that come in? They hate black people, brother. Absolutely. Give me the one I wanted. All right, let's go. You'll bear with me a little bit more.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's a coward. I sit down and talk with real.
Not that part. Give me further back. Give me 2:14. Give me around 2:14. I want that part in the end, though.
What, 2:14?
Yeah, give me about 2:14. No, in fact, give me that first.
Oh,
give me that one. Go back a bit. Go back to 110 exact. Right? This is Nathaniel, right? This is a tape they made about the UPK long ago because the general was knocking them over the head with, blazing on them. Go ahead.
So like you said, they shipped the motorway around 9:30 to 9:45.
Say again?
They shipped the motorway for me to get back to this point.
Oh, there ain't no sweat, brother. If you had a roll, anybody who had a roll, you're excused, all right? Anybody who had a roll up. No sweat out. They shut the motorway. What the hell is that shit?
They call me off and they give you a diversion and take you an extra 20.
Oh, okay. They're doing road work. No sweat, brother. Go ahead out. Go ahead out. Do your thing. Right? All right. You have it? So what's going on here is that this is a tape they done made, right? And now they're about to talk about, he's about to talk about a brother who he arrested, or brothers he has arrested before. This is Bishop Nathaniel that he's going to watch, that we're going to watch here. This is their leader, Bishop Nate or whatever. Not on the screen right now. The one on the right now is the Benjamite who was just talking, and then the one on the left is one of them Judites who with him, who's just up there, just foul as could be. Go ahead and play it out.
Anybody, ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody scared up inside IUIC. The man of them up in here is not no weak man, but we ain't gotta act.
Why he saying ain't nobody scared up in here and we ain't no weak man?
Everyone sees him as weak.
Because at that time, this was probably long before, I don't know if you all was around, but there was a time right after GMS, brother, they caught so much heat, brother, from UPK. I mean, fully blazing on them every day, all day. And we got to find out that a lot of their members used to watch our tapes. And because they started sending messages to us saying, we used to like y'all. I used to let my family watch y'all. But once we found out what Nate was doing, they caught some heat. So now they're known for being the Christian side. We known for being the more radical side, the more militant side. So they started saying, ain't nobody in here scared of you all. We not weak. We not weak because they know they're weak. Go ahead.
Against the street to show that. You understand? We ain't got to do that.
Men of wisdom never have to act like a beast because they know how to apply the scriptures. When you're destitute of knowledge, then you have to try to act like you're something, act like you're some tough lion wolf, this and that and the other, and you can't even keep your house in order.
And you know what's funny? Now I'm such a.
So if that's the case, why did they go and do what they did in Kansas?
That's right.
I thought there was men of wisdom. I thought it was wise. I thought it was wise niggas. There wasn't. The punks. The police. Keep going.
The coward. I'm thinking, oh, he's a.
You might want to move the cursor from that thing because it's Go ahead.
Coward. I sit down with killers.
Pull it back. I missed that part. Just a little. Go ahead.
Hella. What it is, a lot of these brothers, they got that gangster street mentality and they gotta evolve amongst them. They gotta evolve beyond that.
Yes.
You know, when you look at a lot of these camps, a lot of them got that gangster street mentality, and that's why they're stagnant, and that's why they stay on the same level they is. Because everybody that's played out, that's old. You understand?
He sound like he's tired of fighting. That's played out, that's old, because going to war is like, showing up, you gotta go. He's tired of that. He wants the smooth life now. And they created this thing. When you look, the gangster treatment, that's called masculinity, brother. That's all that is.
Right.
And you just tired of being masculine. Being a man is hard work, you know. It's hard work. It involves doing things you don't want to do. It involves that thing. You understand? And sometimes that's just too much for some men and they become women. They change women because it's easier. Because you get excused because your feelings and your emotions and shit like that. Go ahead.
That's in the time of the Panther. You understand? Right now, you got to evolve. You got to grow to another level. You understand? Anybody?
Not that they have the truth. But you got to evolve. You got to change. In other words, we had the truth, but we stuck into this thing. You got to change. That's not the spirit of the Lord. Keep going.
Right. And nobody scared. And nobody scared up inside IUIC.
Yes, you are.
The men of them up in here is not no weak men, but we ain't got to act gangster and talk street to show that. You understand? We ain't got to do that.
Men of wisdom never have to act like a beast.
Listen to this.
Because they know how to apply the scriptures. When you're destitute of knowledge, then you have to try to act like you're something. Act like you're some tough lion wolf, this and that and the other, and you can't even keep your house in order.
And you know what's funny? Now I'm such a coward. I'm thinking, oh, he's a coward. I sit down.
He knows he's a coward.
Damn right.
He knows he's a coward. It's that long ass beard that he used to that he have now. That beard ain't there because they all caught heat for looking like Christians before. And that's why they started doing the braiding of the hair and getting the long beard now because of course how UPK put it to them. Keep going.
Down with killers and talk with real killers. And a lot of times, real killers.
So this is right after this article came out. Because what happened? The brothers who he arrested wrongfully, they won that lawsuit against the state of New York and got a payout. The article was in the papers, and the papers put his name, and he's in charge of some group and blah 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 blah. So everybody got to find out that this nigga is a damn detective. He's a cop.
Right.
Now he's saying he, of course, they watching UPK. He's a coward for what he did. He couldn't stand up and defend those brothers. He's saying, I'm not a coward. He said, listen, I sit with killers, real killers, meaning after he put them in the interrogation room as a detective, you know, he going to sit down in there and question them and do all this. So he said, I sit with real killers. Play.
Break down. When they realize they got caught and busted, you see the come out, right? I can't call my mama out. Confess, let me call my mama first. Here's the phone, brother. You a big killer. You rough, brother. And all that muscles and fat all over the place. Don't get impressed by that.
And Bishop.
Yes.
Faggot. Stop right there. He's cloning. You could put it back to the part where he's thing, all right? He's cloning a brother who is caught in chains. And saying he's sits down with killers. You ain't sit down with no killer. You sit down with a brother who is caught and is every step from here on out is his life is in the balances. You get the point? You sitting down with a brother who is in a vulnerable position. You sitting down with a brother who his back is against the wall. And you sitting down with him fully protected from what he could do to you.
That's right.
You understand? You ever see them white people go in them cages and they let the lions play around them? Are they with lions? No. They're protected. They're fully protected. But to him, he's sitting with a killer. And because the brother done broke down, he doesn't even feel compassion. He said, look at you, old killer. Here's the phone, brother. Call your mother. He didn't do that to the Hamite after he killed Joy Moore. All that shit wasn't there. That Nathaniel put him back on the screen. No, go back to the killer part. 110, somewhere around there.
So like I said, if I could, it might help to use, like, if you're going back just a bit, just use the arrow keys. It'll go back like 5 or 10 seconds rather than...
Right there.
Come on.
Right there. Come on, play.
You see the come out, right? I can't call my mama out. Confess, let me call my mama.
No sweat. Right? He's had to clown the brother. These niggas here hate black people out.
That's right.
Absolutely hate black people. He started clowning the brother, fully clowning him. You understand? Let me get some more, please. Once it's done. Right? Fully clowning him. Look at the other one on the side. You see the other one on the right side of him? Look at him smirking like some old nerd or some goofy or some old weird queer faggot when he was younger who nobody would mess with. Meaning that they would be, nobody ain't playing with them, they ain't doing nothing. And they see you get in trouble one day and they rejoice.
Right.
Nothing pleases a coward more than when a brave man suffers. When a man of courage suffers something, a coward rejoices.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Mama first. Here's the phone, brother. You a big killer. You rough, brother. All that muscles and fat.
He was a detective in the NYPD. Look how he dealt with brothers. You all know General Hazayan, right? Everybody know General Hazayan. Give him a hand. General Hazayan was in ESO's military. He was a police officer. What you all don't know, General Hazayan was a SWAT commander. If you know what a SWAT commander is, that's the nigga who... The SWAT team is the niggas who they'll send in the helicopters and the armored van to kick in the door in the all black. They don't talk. They just come in there to do whatever. He's the man training them and calling the shots. He's the man, sending them out the helicopter down the rope. General Hazayan is a bad dude. And he has so many stories about being one-on-one with brothers with the gun pointed at him and he did not blow the brother away. So many stories about them white cops in Philly beating up brothers and he had to come and pull them back and stand in between them and the brothers. This faggot makes fun of men who he wrongfully locked up.
Correct.
The NYPD is the same organization that locked up the Central Park Five.
Yes.
So you didn't tell me that all this corruption is going on in the NYPD, but he ain't doing that.
Exactly. He's the only righteous one. The NYPD locked up them. The NYPD killed Erigana. Anybody know who what's his name? Abner Louima. Look up that. Some one of you sisters look up Abner Louima and read it out for me. Look up Abner Louima. ABNERLOUIMA. I think that's his name. Right? You can look it up. It should come right up. What does it say happened to Abner Louima? Haitian brother from the tribe of Levi. Go ahead.
In 1997, was physically attacked, brutalized, and sodomized by officers in New York City.
He was physically attacked and brutalized and sodomized by officers of the NYPD. Detective Nate. You read the story of Abner Louima. They put him in the police station, brother, and they put a plunger in his behind and kicked it into him. He was in the hospital for months. You could read it down. This faggot is up in there, and he sent men for Captain Degalgaba, Officer Malak, Officer Ayashala, and the young man. Brother, Salakia, where we at? Give me so you see they hate black people. Let's skip ahead. Give me skip to the 2-hour mark, 14 seconds. All right, I'm gonna give you all a little bit more, and then we're gonna be done. All right, give me a little bit more.
Look, now's the time to step in the ring. We could take him down, and at the same time keep praising my leader. Elder Nathaniel, he's the best. I don't know what I do without. Oh, you don't hear none of us talking like that. So
you could pause it or something. Go to 2 hours. 2. Go to the right. All the way to the right. All the way to the right. All the way. Keep going. 14 minutes. 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Skip a little bit. Yeah, somewhere right there. Just use the direction key right there. Somewhere. No, go back some. Right there. Stop right there.
all right. Can I throw in one thing, Bishop? Because you made a point that I realized the level of hatred.
Like, no, let go a little more.
That also.
Right? This is another one who's up there with him, all right? This one here, he done had so many damn issues. He looked like a drug addict too. Go ahead.
The video, they kept putting emphasis on purple, bitches in purple. You know the stuff that they were saying?
Stop right there. They don't like when we call them bitches in purple. So you're a bitch and you're in purple. You get the point? Go ahead.
The comments, can we go to Sirach chapter? And this is just one of many.
This shows that they don't read the Bible. They don't have no understanding of scriptures.
So now, because we were hitting them so hard, they had to find something to defend this purple. Now, notice he did not pull Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man was arrayed in purple, right? But that's not a good look for them because the rich man didn't have pity on the poor, just like them. The other reference to purple is what? The whore in Revelation. They ain't want to claim that either. Everything they avoid, that's who they are. So they go to a precept in the Apocrypha to try to hide behind the priest's garment. They know this is what they offered after the first round of battles with IUIC and I.S.U.P.K. This is what we're going through here. This is not new. This is old, right? This is just another installment of it, and they're going to catch a worse L after this one. They caught a bad L the first time. They're going to catch a worse L after that, right? So now they're going to pull this precept here. While they're pulling it, keep playing. Give me Exodus 28:1. Go ahead and play that.
Okay. They have no. Did you touch this one? The one in Sirach? No, not that. Now I know y'all didn't touch this one. Go right here to Sirach chapter 45, verse 6. Yes.
We made the cake. You coming with the ice?
Yes.
Come on.
I didn't hear this one come out, so I just want to have it.
45 and verse 6.
Yes.
He exalted Aaron.
He did what?
He exalted.
When you exalt someone, you put them above everybody else. Why? Why did he exalt Aaron? Read on.
In holy man, like unto him.
So he exalted a man that was like unto him. Read on.
Even his brother of the tribe of Levi.
Now let's drop down to verse 10. We're gonna get through this real quick.
Verse 10.
No, I'm sorry, verse 8.
Verse 8. He put upon him perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments.
Say that again.
With rich garment.
Read that verse again.
He put upon him perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments.
Read on.
With breeches, with a long robe and the ephod.
Not with Black Panthers look. The Black Panthers look.
Look at that old gay costume this nigga wearing here. Look frilly as could be.
God.
If y'all broads over there want that shit, I can't help you. Go ahead.
You got some Israelite camps today that look like the Black Panthers. Exactly like them. Okay, now drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. With an holy garment with gold and blue silk and purple.
And what?
And purple.
So you are talking about bitches in purple, and that was the royal colors of the priests.
Stop.
Read
it. The scripture he just pulled said blue and gold and purple. Where's the blue?
That's right.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Give me Exodus 28:1, real quick.
Exodus 28:1. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him.
All right, so now I'm gonna give you where he's pulling this in Ecclesiasticus. They still want to be different. They call it Sirach because, of course, it was written by Sirach, but the book is called Ecclesiasticus, right? I'm giving you the history of it in Exodus. Go ahead.
From among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Ahibu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons.
Right, so Aaron was the high priest of Israel, and he called Aaron's sons because before Christ, whatever your family did, that's what you did, right? The priesthood was a Levitical priesthood. After Christ, we are a nation of priests. But that is what was in the beginning. It says, I'll make you a nation of priests in Genesis. You get the point? That's what the Lord originally intended. You have that family of executioners. It's David and Solomon. They had brothers who were just executioners. That's what the whole family did. You have butchers. That's what the whole family did. So here, Aaron's sons would grow up to be priests as well. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron, thy brother, for the glory and for beauty.
Thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron. Holy meaning what? Separate. The garment is supposed to be a separate garment. Not everybody wearing the shit.
That's right.
Not the whole Africans wearing the shit. No, it's not holy. No, it's common. No, it's common. It's lost its prestige. This garment was supposed to be for Aaron and his line. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garment
to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Right? So now only certain people could have made this garment for Aaron. Just like in here, you got some brothers in here who got mad skill with making garments. Hazahab is one. Capt.Mashak make the garment and the leather work. Rabban coming up strong too. Get Rabban a hand up. Rabban got some shit that make it do this here. Like garment commander Johnny YAHANNA was all his garments he'd be wearing. That's not that work. You get the point? Only certain people could work on the priest's garments because they had to be wise. They had to understand this man, he had to look a certain way when he step out. Not the whole congregation looking like it. Go ahead.
Come on. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, and a girdle.
A breastplate and an ephod. Aaron wore a breastplate. You all may have seen it before. Just a little square rectangular thing with stones, right? Is four rows of 3 stones, one for each tribe. That's Aaron's breastplate. That was the high priest's breastplate. He would have that on. He would have an ephod on, which is the long garment we wear that you throw over or crosses in front. Go ahead.
Come on. And the robe.
YAHANNA wore for Passover, that robe that was head priest Arias. Go ahead.
And a broidered coat.
A broidered coat. What else?
A mitre.
A mitre, a headpiece. Do any of these faggots wear a headpiece? No. That's in the Bible.
That's right.
So what the fuck is that? Excuse me. What the hell is that? Go ahead. That's why I said that purple has nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing to do with the scriptures or the spirit of Christ. They're offering this as an excuse because we were hitting them so hard back then. This was probably 2014 or 15. We were hitting them out the park, brother, and people started asking them questions. So they had to come up with this bullshit, and it's still not biblical. Go ahead.
And a girdle.
And a girdle, which is a war belt. They wear some old gay war belt. You all know the belts the brothers be wearing. Hardcore. Go ahead.
And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons.
They will make holy garments for Aaron his brother and his sons. Go ahead.
That they may minister unto me in the priest's office.
That they may minister unto him in the priest's office. Now, if this garment was supposed to be for Aaron, now let's just say, hold on, where we at?
Verse 4, in the verse 4.
Keep reading.
And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen.
They shall take, say it again.
They shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen.
They shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. They're missing colors out and missing a headpiece.
That's right.
And it's this garment was for Aaron and his sons.
That's right.
Why is them purple bitches wearing purple?
That's right.
Why is the woman in there wearing purple if this was for Aaron and his sons?
That's right.
A woman ain't a priest. Even if the purple and gold was biblical, why the woman wearing it? This is not biblical. This is just to appease the public and make you all more accepting. That's why people go check them out because people are Christian. And Christians don't like conflict. They don't like nothing they have to go through pain for. That's why Christians eat pork and get high and molest children, because to not do what they do hurts them. It is physical pain. Keep going.
Okay. And they shall make an ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of twined linen with cunning work.
With cunning work. What does that mean? Anybody knows?
Skill. Look at one. Skill. Skill work. Yeah.
Skill work. Does that look like it takes any sort of skill?
Basic.
Look at that shit. That should look like a hot glue gun and some old cheap Moabite pattern. Pull up some pictures of Passover, brother, please. Real quick. Somebody pick up from where he was at. Anybody?
Where you are?
Exodus 2 and about 5.
2 and 5. I can't. Exodus chapter 28 and 5. And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. Verse 6. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, of scarlet, and fine twined linen with cunning work.
He dropped.
Can you hear me, other one?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. Shall I read verse 6 again?
Keep going.
Keep going, Khan. Verse 7. It shall have 2 shoulders, shoulder pieces thereof, joined at the 2 edges thereof.
Right? It should have the 2 shoulder pieces joined at the edges thereof. But that's a good picture right there. I'll take that for now. There's another picture I want to get. I'm looking for it for you. That's a good picture. Everybody know that picture. Super familiar with it. Cool. All right? Every brother's garment in there is of cunning work. Cunning work, meaning so skillful and so just like, damn, how the hell did he do that? I put it up on the screen big as hell. Right? This is Capt.Mashak here, always wearing a cold garment. Look at Commander Johnny YAHANNA here, bro. This is an ephod with cold vesture coming over. Look at this brother here. The brother left the truth. He was so skillful with garments. This thing is like scales on this thing here. I had to get 2 garments made like this after I saw this shit. You understand? This is skillful work. General Q is in here with a all-white badass garment, brother. That's ridiculous. If y'all can see the individual pictures here. Look at this picture here. You have to zoom in more. You could zoom out. I don't want to cut nobody else in the picture. You could look at this picture here. You're going to spend minutes looking at this shit because of everybody's different garment, which is the spirit of the new. Their purple shit is absolutely boring. Absolutely boring. Now, I'm looking for a picture of General Q in a Passover from some years ago, just to give you the full idea of what Aaron's garment's supposed to look like. Hold on. Whoever's reading, go ahead and read.
And so it shall be joined together, verse 8, and the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same, according to the work thereof, even of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. Verse 9. And thou shalt take 2 oxen.
WhatsApp or the no sir. Go ahead, Art.
God said, and they shall take 2 onyx stones and grave on them the name of the children of Israel.
Yes, and that's nowhere in their garment. That there is nowhere in their garment. Hold on, I'm gonna show you it right here. Right here, I'm sending you another one too, all right? Pull up that first one first that I sent you. And then I'm gonna send you the second one here. Just line the 2 of them up ready to go. All right, that purple has nothing to do with the Bible. That's just them trying to appease to the public, trying to appease to people because this is just Nate's creation that he wants to force to grow and imagine and just make money off of and prop himself up. You all heard he called himself general now. He's no longer a bishop. And he raised himself up to being a general. He's no longer a bishop. Yeah, that's the picture right there, brother. Yeah, pull up that one and then the other one quickly, all right? In the meantime, Robin, give me Numbers 12 and 1. And somebody else hold Numbers 16 and 1.
Come on. Book of Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman.
Stop right there, Robin. Hold on. Okay. Is that picture up? Give me one of the pictures real quick up. Just for time. I ain't want this to be that long. All right. Is that big up on the screen? Everybody seeing it? Brother, give that picture a hand, brother. Hold on. Don't give me that one. Give me the so I can see it. No, keep the picture, but just put the other one up on the screen bigger so I can see it better.
Oh.
Yeah. Now y'all know that this is a brother here. He fell off his truth. But he was solid brother in here, brother. Quatazakaraba. The brown brother from Florida. He lived in Philly, lived with General Hodge. General Hodge raised him like a son, brother. I love him. This brother, good brother up in here. Y'all know who this is. That's Trooper Captain Mayam, man. This is him as a trooper. This is like 2010 to 2011, young and focused and zeroed in. And this here is 6th Shield General Kubalama at the time, brother. Now go back to Exodus 28 and 5.
So like the other one, you said Numbers 16 and 1 as well?
Go back to Exodus 28 and 5 real quick, please.
Oh, what was that mean?
I can get it safe if you want.
Exodus 28 and 5, real quick, please.
Book of Exodus 28 and verse 5. And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen.
Stop right there. What you see in our General Q? You see the gold here. I'm going to expand the picture just now and you'll see the rest of the gold. Blue and purple and scarlet on the back with a meat tree. Go ahead.
And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, of scarlet.
That's the ephod he's wearing there. Give me the other picture, the bigger one. Yes, give me that one. No, that's good right there. Just give me that picture. It's up on the screen now? You're seeing this, right? This is General Q right here with the gold trim, the fringes at the bottom, the gold here separating. He had this big piece right here. Purple, blue, scarlet, meat tree. That's what Aaron's garments would have looked like. Not that purple bullshit they're wearing out. That's what it would have looked like. And this is a cold picture of the same Passover. The General Katham here, different garment. The troopers is supposed to wear all black, but still their garment is different. This is Captain Hamakuba. There's 9 o'clock back here. Yours truly. Brother looks so cold right there, boy. Captain Sakawa. Every brother have different spirits arc. And rocking it out cold as hell. And General Q is paying homage to the high priest garments according to the scriptures.
That's right.
They're pulling scriptures that have nothing to do with their group. Nothing at all. Go back to their video and we close out with that. Let's go back to that video. Rob, give me the one he was holding in Numbers. 12 and 1.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 1. Numbers 12 and verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron.
Hold on, Rob. Just play from right where we at right there.
Again. And with an holy garment with gold and blue silk and purple, the work of the embroiderer, with a breastplate of judgment, and with Urim and Thummim.
Because it symbolized judgment. Now drop down to verse 12.
He
said a crown of gold.
Skip over everything. And the Urim and the Thummim. Anybody know what's that? Bring it up.
Like dice that
the priest would always have dice. That's our culture, the cast lots. The priest would have the dice they would use to make decisions. They don't carry none of that stuff. Go ahead.
Gold upon the meat tree, wherein was engraved holiness, an ornament of honor, a costly work, the desires of the eyes, goodly and beautiful.
So when people see the garments, they desire them. They look goodly and beautiful. And that's what the other camps say. They put those fancy garments to attract people. Okay, and that's exactly the detail that the Most High put into putting the garments on the men.
The Lord put detail, but just now it says a meat tree with gold, scarlet, fine details. They got no meat trees on.
Right.
You want the people's attention without following God. You don't want to look like what the Lord wants you to look like. You want to look like what you want to look like to attract the people to you because you're just adolescent little girl. Last part, give me skip down to 224:32. 224. That's the bitch right there. That's my nigga right there. Stop right here. Skip right there. Skip to right there and hold it right there. You'll bear with me 1 second real quick. It's gonna take a while to load again. Just cut off everything you ain't using. Now you ain't had to move it out. You could have just left it. Because you're gonna have a hard time finding back what I want. 224, right?
You know, and it's not puffed up where they believe in their small mind that the Lord's going to use their. It's not puffed. That's not said. Very I've done that.
All right, that's good.
That's not the Lord. That's a man that vaunted himself. Through the Spirit of the Most High, I've done this. That's not said.
Biggest eyes is?
Very charity vaunteth not himself.
That nigga look like he's born surprised now. Like he came on the room like he got shock of his life. Like, his eyes just stay right there. Go ahead.
And it's not puffed up where they believe in their small mind that the Lord's going to use their one camp to gather millions of Israelites from all four corners of the earth. That's a third of our people, 144,000 going to come out of you. Just your camp? Are you serious?
So feminine. He's okay. This tape was made for I.S.U.P.K. Once again, they was getting hit hard, brother, and they had to answer these questions. He said they believe that the Lord is going to use their camp alone to raise up the 12 tribes of Israel, the 144,000 and the 1/3. Yes, nigga. That's what we believe, nigga. That's what we believe. He said that's what they believe. Really? Keep playing it.
That's delusions of grandeur. That's not realistic.
Say it again. Let's play that again. Let's go back. Skip back.
One camp to gather millions of Israelites from all four corners of the earth. That's a third of our people, 144,000 is going to come out of you. Just your camp? Are you serious? That's delusions of grandeur. That's not realistic.
Stop. He can't believe that's the case.
That's right.
He says it's not realistic. Is anything in the Bible realistic?
That's right.
The Bible is absolutely real. But is it realistic that a man walked on water? Is it realistic that Moses told the children of Israel 4,000 years ago, you would go into slavery in ships, in a land where nobody knew you, and you'd be sold as slaves, and it happened in the 1600s, 1700s. Is that even realistic? Is it realistic that a black man would go into a spaceship in the sky and come back with 200 million spaceships driven by black men with 4 faces and wings that have eyes on them, piloting each spaceship? Is that realistic? Is that something that's you could say today is real? But this faggot here, he can't believe it. He says that's delusions of grandeur, and that's unrealistic. He does not believe in the Lord.
That's right.
He does not believe in the Most High. They say Israel united in Christ. That has nothing to do with Yahushua. But they don't believe it. They don't believe it. Moses was one man that went into Egypt. After Moses was Joshua, one man. Christ, one man. Mattathias in the Apocrypha, one man. Then he had Judas Maccabees, one man. The Lord always chooses one. He always chooses one. What the hell is he talking about? He thinks that they could be Israelites and we can be Israelites too. It doesn't work that way. Keep playing.
That's unrealistic. Read the next verse.
Doth not behave itself unseemly.
Right there. He said it's unrealistic. Now, Rabban, give me Numbers 2 and 1. Start at verse 1. Somebody else hold Numbers 16.
Slack, you say, was it 2 and 1 or chapter 12 and verse 1?
12, slack it. Numbers 12 and 1.
Can't. Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Right? Miriam, who was Moses' sister, they started to chastise Moses because he married some heathen when he was in his darkness. Correct. Right? He didn't know any better. He married some heathen woman. Miriam chastised him and the Lord punished her for that. Go ahead.
And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Say it again.
Had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
And he just said, is the Lord going to use just one camp? No, when Miriam started to chastise Moses for marrying the heathen, was she concerned about the heathen? What was the real reason she was chastising Moses?
Yeah.
Go ahead to Zap 1.
Jealousy.
They wanted Moses out. They didn't want Moses there. That's why she said, you telling me the Lord only spoke to Moses only? Keep going.
Has he not spoken also by us?
Has he not spoken also by us? That's them.
That's right.
And that's what every fake Israelite says. The Lord ain't gonna choose just one camp. He ain't gonna let one person do it. We all Israel. We all got the spirit. We all ain't killing Joy Morgan. That's right. We all ain't sleeping with homosexuals. We all ain't whores and adulterers up in here. We all ain't child molesters. That's for sure.
And the Lord heard it.
And the Lord heard it. The Lord heard what happened, brother. Give me Numbers 16 and 1.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah.
In the one before with Numbers 12, if you read on, that's when the Lord cursed Miriam with leprosy because of what she did. And the root of it was that she challenged Moses' authority. Keep going.
Verse 16 and 1. Numbers. Now Korah, the son of Azar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and on the son of Peleth.
Go ahead.
God, the sons of Reuben, took men, verse 2, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
That's what Nate did. Nate took men, just like they here took men, and rose up men against Moses. They rose up, don't even sweat it out. Don't even sweat it. No, that's what I ain't even hear. They rose up men against Moses, men to come up against him. And they rose up famous men who were known in the congregation of Israel, which is what they try to do, which is why they sent T-shirts for Kendrick Lamar. You remember when they was hunting down Kendrick Lamar? And what's the other one? The Kyrie Irving thing. They could move when there's famous people. But when it's just regular Israel who's suffering, they ain't lifting a finger. They rather hurt us. Right. These Christians here in the Bible, these people who wanted to go back to Egypt and trusted in Egypt, they wanted to come up against Moses. So they got a crew together to try to overthrow Moses. Go ahead.
And on Khan, verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the
Go ahead.
Seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them.
That's what they said. Moses, you take too much of you. We all holy. We don't have to listen to you. We all holy. Listen, Moses, he heard it. You could read it on your own. And Moses fell to the ground and prayed to the Lord. Anybody knows why he prayed to the Lord? And give it for time. Go ahead, sis. He knew by what they just said they was going to die.
Right.
Moses said, no problem. If y'all think y'all could do this job, we'll meet here tomorrow. Y'all bring your stuff. I'll bring mine. The Lord killed every last one of them. And Moses said, does anybody else want to talk to the Lord instead of me? They all said, no, Moses, you talk to him. I don't want to talk to that nigga. And that was the end. The Lord is always going to bring the conflict. Just be prepared to accept the solution. Just be prepared to hear the conflict being resolved. Everything you say is absolutely realistic. It's unrealistic for a carnal man. But for a spiritual man, all our goals are attainable. They are attainable. You just have to come in here, be disciplined, and apply yourself. Now, if you're too carnal and you're too weak-minded and you're a little sissy faggot like Nathaniel, this is unrealistic, and you'll go make something that's more realistic for you. And you have a whole house with transvestites, sodomites, this, that, the other. It's so much. I'm going to play one last tape for you, and then we're done. You have it? I think I sent it to your Facebook. I believe I sent it to your Facebook. I could send it to your thing, No sweat. It might be in. It might be in there. Hold on. No, it won't be in there.
No, I said it to myself earlier.
Okay, no sweat. All right, we're gonna play one last tape. Keep reading. Whoever's reading.
Brother Khan, I'll go from here. You take too much upon yourselves, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Verse 4.
He said, wherefore you lift yourself up above the congregation of the Lord. Ain't that what he was saying? He said, we say, I do this, I do that. Y'all putting yourself up. This is not our program. This is not our thing, which is why no matter whatever you may disagree with here,
they tell a
you
woman
you cannot go forward and start something new, because then it would not be of the Lord. You have it? Go ahead, add it to the stream. I mean, you could go ahead and read what happened to these fools who
formed to this world. The women.
This is Detective Nate. A few years ago, say he's giving them wisdom. They say carnal men have wisdom. He is giving his priests or deacons or officers wisdom on how to deal with their wife. Go ahead. Oh, I forget
in
that
America
part. Next week. Salakia. I forget the wives part. Oh, I just forget that shit. Go ahead.
In America, they tell a woman, be transformed. No, they say be conformed to this world. The women come in Israel, they want to be conformed to this world and say, I'm not in the mood. He go and get some anyway. She go, you rape me. This babe.
He said, if a woman is not in the mood to have sex with her husband, sisters, y'all get tired sometimes, right? Y'all might be tired, you might be sick, the nigga might have just pissed you off, right? You say, hey, not tonight, baby, I have a headache, I'm not in the mood. He says, if you do that, you are Christian, you conformed to America. He said, you evil, you really follow any white man if you do that. Let's pull it back. Go ahead.
He go and get some anyway.
He said he go get some anyway. What does that mean? Go ahead, sis. You was gonna say something? Well, if you say I'm not in the mood, but he go get some anyway. They don't believe in multiple wives, so he ain't going by the other wife and get some anyway. That would be normal. She ain't in the mood, ain't no sweat. I'm gonna take the kids, go over in this house. I'm tear up that thing. I'm gonna come back later when she in the mood. Ain't no sweat. That's no big deal. He go and get some anyway. Go ahead.
Go, you rape me.
The sister say you rape me. I don't know what the fuck else it is.
Right.
She says she doesn't in room. How could you? What are you doing to the woman in there? Oh, I know. Joy Morgan. That's right. She didn't want it from that Hamite.
Right.
But he taught this years ago that you could go get some. Play the rest of the tape. This is his wisdom.
Huh, that's not rape. Can you read the verse again?
He said that's not rape. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you straight. Any one of you purple faggots come in front of anything here, I'll lose my round over you all. I'm telling you straight up. I'm going to send a camp sign through your head. That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 4. The wife have not power of her own body, but the husband.
You see that? But
butcher it to say a wife doesn't have power over her own body, neither the husband doesn't have power. That's not talking about that fool. That's saying you can't be an evil bastard and defraud each other. Sex because you angry with each other, which is what happens in a marriage. People could be angry with each other and I don't want to see you and this, that, the other. But if the girl just not she genuinely tired or something, now you go rape her? Play.
She don't believe that. You know why? Because she's not been transformed in her mind. Her mind is America's mind. This is what Paul is showing us. Her mind is TV. You rape me. You're not supposed to do what I don't want you to do.
No means no.
That's right.
Right.
No, in Esau's court, anything besides yes is rape. That's right. You could say she was drunk, she wanted it. Did she say yes? You're going to jail. That's right. No means no. You're not supposed to rape me. You did something to me I didn't want to do. You poor woman in there. Y'all choosing to suffer under this faggot here. I have no mercy for y'all, no sympathy for y'all. Joy Morgan was the first and the last. I don't give a goddamn what happened to y'all in there now. Because y'all know what you're listening to. You know what you're supporting. And you wouldn't come out of her, my people. You wouldn't do it. Keep reading. Keep on playing. Come on.
What did you say, Lava?
The Bible just tell you don't have power over there.
She don't believe that. That's why these old American Negropeans, she don't believe that thing. So, bruh, here she go. I got a headache. I got a headache. As soon as she come through the door, baby.
Look at his hand moving. And let me tell you something. I'll do this class maybe next week. A homosexual is a rapist. That's in the Bible. A sodomite, he's a rapist. A rapist is a sodomite. They don't like women. The TV would make you feel like he's so overcome with lust for a woman. He don't. He's overcome with lust. And he can't get to have sex with a man because society frowns on homosexuality. So he beats you up, rips your clothes off, and humps you like if he was having sex with a man. That's why rape is so violent, because it's really homosex that he's having with a woman or a child. Go ahead.
She come through the door. Babe, here's aspirin. I don't need no aspirin. I ain't got no headache. Good. Get undressed and get in the bed.
What the fuck?
That's how you handle that. Hell is
He ain't coming no wine, he ain't coming no roses. He ain't pouring some Dexter Dabs. Bring it to the owner. He ain't trying to seduce the brother. Pouring some Beres Hammond. Beres Hammond say, I hope we never get tired. I hope I never have to go to work. And here, brother, I don't know. The woman, we had to tell these sisters, sis, I can't. Sis, hold up. Nah, I can't. Oh, God. I can't. Sis, hey! I don't know. I ain't never hear no excuses, Crosby. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe she don't want that old homo rod in her. Maybe that's why she making up. Maybe why every day she got a headache. Your rib got a headache every day? I got the cure for headaches. I put something in her, make the headache go away. She don't want that from him, though. She don't want none of that from him. They're a bunch of rapists and faggots. And what's up there?
She says, what does this mean then? And then post the scripture there.
Hold on. Let me say. What's her name? Jael Uriah Bat Israel? That sounds like one of them purple bitches. I don't care. I don't answer your goddamn question. Go get raped. This is for people who want to live, not want to end up like Joy Morgan. The hell with that bitch. I don't give a fuck about her. Next week, I'll do some more. There's another tape I have where they teach that corrective rape is good. Meaning, if a sister is a lesbian, she should get raped so she could learn to like Rod. That's who you want to follow. That's who put their hands on Captain the Galgaban Officer Malak and those brave brothers, man. To hell with them faggots. Listen, this weekend we will be down in central London, blazing it up, telling the world the truth about the Bible, telling the world the truth about Christ and the Jews being black. The white man is the devil yesterday, today, and forever. And with that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Karate. Go ahead, step up here and do the announcements. So long.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements where the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is what, May 29? 29. Feast of First Fruits. Or Aqua. Check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and headscarf. With that, I Mayam. Teach one kid to salute for the minutes like here. Israel, I Mayam Shabbat. Almadim, Barak, Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Saw to sisters like Madim. Gotta give one kick to the sisters. With the visual, Almadim, Shabbat, Almadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Shem Yahweh Yahweh. And with that, class dismissed.
All right, cool. See how about Shem Shabbat Thumb?